Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, out here to Altamont High School out here in Altamont, Utah. It is a pleasure to be out here as we are getting ready, prepped and underway to see a really good matchup, region opponents between the Altamont Longhorns and the Rich Rebels of Randolph and Rich County. Cody Olson joining you here live. We are here in Altamont in a beautiful gym, plethora of red everywhere as the Longhorns are set to take on the Rich Rebels. The girls will be first in this head-to-head doubleheader here in a region opponents as we welcome you now to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. That's Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. The best family vacations happen here. Plan your vacation today. Visit bearlake.org. We're going to go here from Bear Lake Visitors and Conventions Bureau. We're going to go ahead with our scene set in just a minute. We welcome you here as we're about 12 minutes underway. The scene set we'll dip right into as the Longhorns and the Rich Rebels set to take it out and duke it out on the court later on. Both the boys and the girls programs happening tonight. As for the girls programs, the Rich Rebels currently 4-4 on the season as they come off a dominating win against Manila last week, as well as a huge win yesterday against the Bear Lake Bears in what was a classic in Randolph. 2 free throws with basically no time left by Ellie Argyle allowed a win for the Rich Rebels at home in what was a fantastic game. On the other side, the Altamont Longhorns 0-1 in region play after a tough loss to region powerhouse Tabiona. We'll look out for Oakley Foy, who is huge in top 12 in rebounds per game and points per game, the senior, as well as our the new coach for the Longhorns, Sydney Cardner. Good to see all of everybody here supporting the Rich Rebels. If you're just joining us over the airwaves, thank you so much. It's great to be here covering such fantastic basketball, especially when the Rich Rebel girls are on such a hot streak right now. We'll go ahead, have a couple interviews thanks to the town of Woodruff. We'll come back immediately after this on a Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as we are underway in the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. It's now time to hear our outstanding student interview. Special thanks to the town of Woodruff, the mayor and town council for allowing us to go ahead and get those interviews up and going. It's great to hear from so many people, and we get to hear from our player of the game yesterday. Ellie Argyle actually is our outstanding student interview. She does it both on the court and off. Let's go ahead, hear from Ellie immediately as I was able to talk with her earlier in the week. Rich Rebel fans, welcome back to Rebel on Record. I am joined here with Ellie Argyle. Ellie, this is the first time we've been able to talk in terms of interviews. How in the world how's the winter semester been for you? Semester, trimester, how's it been so far?
It's been good, I have a lot of college classes, so that's taken up a lot of my time, but other than that, it's been really good overall.
What was your favorite thing that you did over break?
Well, we have a Christmas party, and that was really fun to see all my family and all of that. So,
Ellie, we've seen you in volleyball. We're seeing you in basketball. We're going to see you in track right now. What's your favorite sport?
I have to say volleyball. I really do love that sport. Basketball's a close second, though.
What is it about volleyball that gives it that extra nose up above basketball?
When I was little, my aunt used to play for Coach Stewart, so she always played with me, and I guess that just kind of instilled a love for volleyball in me since I was little. So.
Ellie, we're getting ready. We're coming out of holiday break. We're getting into kind of more region play. Manila, I mean, that was a fun game overall. Talk to me a little bit about what the dynamic was. What were the girls doing? How was the chemistry? And why did it end with such a huge victory for you guys?
The first half, we really weren't playing to the best of our abilities. We went into halftime. Coach gave us a good talk about getting the ball moving around us, just playing as a team. And after we came out, we just started playing like we do in practice, and it just went from there. And everyone on the team scored. The chemistry was just going good. And now Taylor back too. She's such a good facilitator that I feel like she brings out the best in everybody.
Ellie, you talked a little bit about, the halftime talk from Coach Lundgren got you guys up and going. Did it bring more energy? Did it relax you guys? What was it exactly about that talk that changed the mindset?
I feel like it was a little bit of both. I mean, he really got us to just take a breath and to just play our game. And then he just really talked to us about how we were playing, what we were doing wrong, what we needed to fix, and it just overall helped all of us.
Ellie, you have a very strong class of seniors above you, okay? You've known that in volleyball, you're knowing that in basketball as well. What is it like knowing that mantle is going to be passed on to you next year?
It's scary, to say the least, but I feel like with the girls we have in this junior class, there's still going to be big play out of all of us, you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be leadership and that we got from these seniors. It's going to be passed down to us, and I feel like we definitely have that with the younger class too. Like, we lead them, and that's going to be a big thing for next year.
Ellie, it seems like 10% of the population of Rich High School is an Argyle. What does it mean to be an Argyle? And how does it help you here at Rich High School?
I mean, I know everybody. You know what I mean? I'm related to probably more than half the school. So it's just nice to have that family backing you up no matter where you are. Like, I have family that comes from everywhere to come and support me, and that just means everything.
Do you have younger siblings here?
I do. I have a sister who's a freshman and then 2 younger brothers.
How do you help them or make an example for them? Or how do you razz them to help them get the best Rich experience here?
I don't know. I try to really just be an example, I guess. I try to be nice to everybody. I try to show them that it's not cool to be rude. And on the court, I try to play well, and they always have my back too, which is fun. When I'm going through the layup lines and stuff, my brother and cousin will come sit down on the bottom and give me high fives every time I go past, so that's fun.
What's your favorite part about Rich High School? I mean, everybody knows everybody, and that's kind of the main thing that everyone says, but what's unique about Rich High School to you?
I'd say the support that we have from everybody in this community. Like, everyone in the community loves Rich. Basketball, volleyball, football, track, it doesn't matter what it is. They're there to support you, and I feel like that brings a lot of confidence to our team.
Ellie, let's dip a little bit out of sports, per se, and let's talk a little bit about academics, okay? Quite frankly, this is one of the most relaxed interviews I've ever done. You're very confident on the microphone. Have you ever thought about journalism or communications? What are you wanting to do?
Personally, I've wanted to go into nursing, but for a while I wanted to be a sports broadcaster and analyst. I thought that'd be so much fun. But right now the plan is to go into nursing and do something in the medical field. My mom was a surgical tech, and she would just tell me all these stories about the people that she helped and how she would go in these rooms and help people and just be there for them, and I just want to do that too.
That sounds like a very, very noble goal, Ellie. Then it's fantastic. How is Rich High School helping you achieve that goal? Is there classes that you're taking right now?
Well, right now I'm in a lot of college classes, so I'll have my generals already done. So then after that, I can just go into college and really focus in on the medical aspect of it and just be able to fully put myself into that instead of having to worry about all these other classes that aren't even needed, honestly.
Which college do you feel like you really want to go to? Do you have a preference?
I really wanted to go to the University of Utah, but I don't know right now.
You're open to recruitment, right? That's what it is. You are a free agent.
Yep, that's the truth.
All right, well, don't worry. We're going to get your name out there over the airwaves. Any recruiter out there in any facet of the medical field, Ellie Argyle is the one that you want. Ellie, it's been fantastic to catch up with you. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, I think I'm all good.
There you go, Ellie. We'll catch you later on the basketball court, okay?
Sounds good.
Ellie Argyle here at Rich High School.
And catch her on the basketball court, we definitely will. We're going to see if she can, match the success that she had yesterday. She was definitely the player of the game. We're also going to see Taylor McKee, who is also back on the team. Not really new news, but it is news for the team as we get ready for Altamont coming up. Special thanks to Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau for letting us do this pregame show. Also the Town of Woodruff, Mayor and Town Council, as well as Pam Cornea at Town and Country Realty in Garden City for allowing us to do some of these awesome interviews. Let's come back to you in a moment's time as we're about 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes away from tip-off. We'll go ahead and get the national anthem and the amenities out of the way as we come back to you on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Pam Cornea with Town and Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Welcome back to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. Visit bearlake.org to find hot deals this winter for some fun vacation getaways. That's bearlake.org. We are broadcasting live from Altamont High School here in Altamont as we will be playing the Altamont Longhorns, the Rich Rebels. Altamont Longhorns girls basketball will be first. Special thanks to Pam Cornea at Town and Country Realty selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. This is a good chance for us to talk a little bit about the Rich School District. Absolutely exceptional work at the Rich School District, as the Rich School District offers an exceptional educational experience for every student with a long track record of student success. Rich School District exits graduates who are college and or career ready. An average of 69% of graduates having already earned university credit. 95% of graduates have been accepted to a college or university, and graduates since 2018 have received over $1 million in scholarships. At the Rich School District, we know quality education, and that makes a difference. Thank you so much for joining us on 98.3 KADQ as we get ready for the starting lineups in a moment's time. We're going to go ahead and take one more quick break as the national anthem is going to be presented in just a second. Thank you so much, as this is a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora Wright encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Welcome back here for just a moment's time before the start of the national anthem. Great portrayal of the colors here in beautiful Altamont High School. Our Laketown Ledger today, according to Max Preps, Rich basketball programs both in the boys and girls have never lost to Altamont. The girls all-time 20-0 versus Altamont, and for the boys 24-0, having last met in 2017, a 73-54 victory for the Rich Rebels. It's awesome to see such a beautiful gym and such a good atmosphere as many people both from Rich and Altamont have come out to support each of their respective programs here in basketball. Special thanks to the town of Laketown, Mayor Burdette Weston, and the council members for being a part of this rich experience. Over 90 over the airwaves on 98.3 KADQ. I'd also like to thank Colton Bagley back in the studio getting us on the air, as well as Melissa Olson manning the camera. She does a fantastic job. Rob Leifson, also normally with us. He is currently not. He's over getting some great, he's doing statistics while listening to the program today, but special thanks to Rob as he did a fantastic job yesterday. Let's go ahead, pause for legal identification, come back to you in just a moment.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
All right, we're coming back to you live from Altamont High School as we're about to get ready for the starting lineup. Special thanks to Lutz Construction and Excavation and Landscape, premier commercial and residential excavation and landscaping. We dig Bear Lake. Call 435-946-8678. We'll go have presentation of the colors and come back to you with the starting lineup in a moment's time. Pledge of Allegiance, that is. This is a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as we have an introduction of the starting lineup for both the Longhorns and the Rich Rebels. As the final one being mentioned for the Longhorns, Aspen Thacker, the junior. Rest of the starters for the Altamont Longhorns, Lainey Shiner, Lakin Murray, the senior, Abby Long, and Oakley Foy. On the other side, Darlene Peterson will be getting the start today. Ambria Lutz, Mackenzie Smith, Brittany Lamborn, and Taylor McKee. That is your starting lineup. Special thanks to Lutz Construction. We dig Bear Lake for sponsoring today's starting lineup here on a Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau production here of Rich Rebel basketball. Underway, the tip-off brought to you by mylocalradio.com. We'll go to the Rich Rebels. First, it will start off as Taylor McKee collecting herself. We'll go ahead and take it across the timeline. They're in their all blues. She dives in and goes on the left side block, goes up with the left hand. No good on that first attempt layup, and that's going to be a rebound by Altamont. This is Abby Long. Abby, fun fact for the Altamont Longhorns, leads as also in the top 15 in 1A in scoring as we get a jump ball between the Longhorns and the Rich Rebels. That's Brittany Lamborn and Abby Long wrapping up on the left side block. Here comes the inbound. Abby doing a fantastic job getting lots of points for her team. She facilitates this offense. She does a fantastic job looking inside as she does right there, finding a teammate, and that one's going to be just a little bit too short on the shot from Lainey Shiner. Second attempt, no good, and a defensive rebound for Darlene Peterson. She gets her first rebound, and that's something that she prides herself in doing. Intercepted pass, Abby Long going ahead and getting that one here. Aspen Thacker able to intercept the pass on defense as Taylor McKee was pushing it down the court. Long full court pass, and Long will feed to her post, and it will bounce off of the foot of Shiner and go out of bounds. Just not able to hold on to that one as that was a feed from the left side wing inside to the left side block. Here comes McKee, no points on the board right now as it is still 0-0, under 7 minutes left in the game. Lamborn kicking out to the right side wing for McKee, going in to Lutz, who pulls it back out. McKee kicking it out to Darlene Peterson at the very top of the arc. Then they decide, all right, let's slow down just a little bit here. McKee looking inside at the very top of the arc, right hand dribble crossover in with the left hand, goes into the lane Dishes it off to Darlene Peterson. Pump back over to the right side. Here's Lutz, who dribbles in, goes to Lamborn. Little dribble handoff action. Lamborn almost loses the handles, has to make some space, gets it back out to Lutz. Back up to the top, Taylor McKee. Number 13, lucky 13. Crossover, working against Abby Long. She goes in, has to kick it back up to the top. Lutz feeds inside, but instead it's going to be a turnover. But unfortunately for the Longhorns, Lakin Murray, who was able to come up with the steal, steps on the line, and that is a turnover, a double turnover of sorts. Back over to the Rich Rebels. It will go, still 0-0. Not getting any open shots currently at the moment. McKee looks over to the sideline on the right. Here is Cody Lundgren motioning in the offensive play calling. Good defense by the Longhorns as they're not able to get anything in there. Ambria Lutz, very top of the arc, left-hand dribble, looks inside. This is a 2-3 zone implemented by the Longhorns. Not able to get anything into Darlene Peterson or Mackenzie Smith. Lamborn, cross-court pass to McKee. She's got an open shot on the left side wing. That one's good. Something that we saw last night from Taylor McKee, and she is not afraid to shoot those deep threes, and a three-pointer good for Taylor McKee. So 3-0, the Rich Rebels in the lead early here. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Our first quarter today brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, go ahead and call 435-793-4208. Here comes a steal from the Rich Rebels. Brittany Lamborn in the thick of it as a couple teams kind of running into each other, on the left side block. Darlene Peterson had to go high up for the ball. A hand going right into that ball. Lainey Shiner is going to get pegged for the foul. That's going to be her first personal foul of the game. Crawford Trough inbound coming up, and Darlene is going to ask for the ball back as she puts it in to Lamborn. Another foul, this time on Oakley Foy. Foy top 10 in 1A in both rebounds per game at 8 and points per game at 9. She'll be a challenge for Darlene Peterson. As I say that, Darlene puts that one up and in, and good. That's a good 2-point shot for Darlene. 5-0 lead for the Rich Rebels with about 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. As I was saying, Oakley Foy going to be a challenge for Darlene as her and Darlene are going to go after each other on the block tonight. In terms of offensive and defensive rebounds, it's going to be a challenge. Here come the Longhorns. Around the horn they go and trying to feed inside. Here comes a drop step and a kick out to the left. Diving in. Here comes a Abby Long who leaves it short, and a foul called as she drives into the lane up into the arms of Darlene Peterson. I think that's going to be her first one. No, it will be the first on Mackenzie Smith, as both Mackenzie Smith and Darlene Peterson were in the middle of the paint. Here comes Abby Long. Abby at the free throw line. First trip here. That one's up and good. Good mechanical, automatic. Abby Long with her first points of the game. 1-5 is the score currently. Your Altamont Longhorns in their all whites. Red accents on the backs of their shorts. Second free throw attempt. That one is rattling off the back iron and the front iron, and good. Here's a 2-5 score now. 3-point lead for the Rich Rebels as Taylor McKee is kicking it out to Brittany Lamborn on the right side wing. Lamborn has to pick it up, throw it across the court all the way out to Lutz on the left side, who kicks it back up to the top for McKee. Long with a little bit of a height advantage. Here is a quick three rolling out on the left side. Mackenzie Smith no good, and a rebound by the Longhorns. Still 2-5 with 4 minutes left in the game. Out here to the right wing. Triple threat Shiner is going to get pit-pocketed. Darlene Peterson with the steal. Here comes Taylor McKee across the timeline and across the Altamont logo. Slowing it down just a little bit. Right-hand dribble, crossover to the left. McKee thought about the three, gets it to Darlene Peterson, and then gets a screen. Dribbling around, trying to find some room deep into the paint, kicks it out to Smith. This is her second attempt. That one just off to the right, and a foul called here. It's going to go against Darlene Peterson on the rebound attempt. That's going to be her first. 3.5 minutes left, 2-5, as the Longhorns will inbound underneath their own basket. A little 1-3-1 zone half court press action here as Long will kick it out there to Shiner. Shiner gets caught in a dead corner, tries to dribble out around Lutz on the right side, does so, and Darlene Peterson will get pegged with a block. Right on the right side block, Darlene did her absolute best theatrical trying to take it into the body, but the referee under the basket says no. That's going to be her second personal foul. So 3 fouls given by the Rich Rebels, 2 by the Longhorns, and in comes an under the basket inbound. Oakley Foy up and underneath, right hand underneath Ellie Argyle, who's recently checked into the game. That one's good. 4-5. Oakley Foy taking advantage as Darlene Peterson went out. She's going to go right at Ellie Argyle, and she's going to score. Very good points, and a quick steal here from the Longhorns. Here comes Shiner on the right side wing, helped out here by Murray. Murray now dribbling into the paint, left hand up and underneath, and that's going to be a foul on Ellie Argyle. Right at Ellie Argyle, the Longhorns will go, and even though that shot did not go in, the Longhorns will find themselves at the free throw line with an opportunity to take the lead here in the first quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. So Murray with her first chance up at the line, and that one's going to find the bottom of the net. That one's good. So now all tied up, 5 apiece by each of these respective teams. Falling down early, the Longhorns not deterred whatsoever, and the chance to take the lead grasped and taken advantage of by Murray. 6-5 after the second free throw attempt. Timeout. An independent software solutions timeout taken by Coach Lundgren. He wants to take a quick thought and a stop to this run. We'll go ahead, go into our Bear Lake Realty fan cam here as we're able to look out among all of the wonderful crowd here in Altamont. On that side of the court, we mostly see Altamont fans, but nonetheless, it's a good atmosphere. Either of these teams all decked out. We've got a lot of Wranglers and boots, and I think that's a good sight for everybody as the Rich Rebel fans located just underneath the camera. Our Bear Lake Realty fan cam sponsored by Gary McKee. For Bear Lake Realty, one phone call away is going to get you into a wonderful place in Bear Lake at 435-946-8888. Here comes the inbound for the Rebels as they're down now 1. Taylor McKee cutting to Brittany Lamborn. Lutz and McKee trying to break the press here. Lutz kicking it way down the court, and Mackenzie Smith breaking the press is going to go up and get fouled on the arm. Oakley Foy will be the perpetrator on that one. So Smith, she has 2 misses from beyond the arc, but let's see what she can do from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. They're down 1 point to the Longhorns, and Smith puts that one up and in. So now tied up at 6. Smith had a good idea, able to break the press, gets a feed from a Rebel teammate up above the arc, and on the right side block, she's going to get whacked on the arm. Here's her second attempt. That one off to the right. Long rebound reeled in by Lamborn. A good offensive rebound by Lamborn, and here come the Rich Rebels. McKee out on the right side wing getting the feed from Lutz. She's going to hand back off to Lutz. Looking back over to Lundgren. Lundgren with great confidence in each of his guards, McKee and Lutz. Great ball handlers. As McKee was out with injury earlier in the season, Lutz did a fantastic job in stepping in and filling in, doing just fantastic work at the point guard position. Now they get to work together in getting some points. Here's McKee spinning into the lane, up with the right hand, up and good. That's a classic Taylor McKee move, and something that we're going to see throughout the entirety of the season. Now an 8-6 lead for the Rich Rebels. 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the game. Long kicking it out to the left. Here come the Longhorns here. Long at the very top of the arc, right-hand dribble, trying to get around Lutz on the right elbow, kicking it back up to the top. That's Ashley Escobar. Into the lane, floater. That one is good for the Longhorns. Number 1, Aspen Thacker, and now we're all wrapped up and tied again. Back and forth between these two fantastic programs as they are trading blows early in this game. McKee across the logo. She's going at it with the right hand against Thacker. Gets a screen from Ellie Argyle into the lane, up with the left hand, and one. spinning around to the very top of the arc and then getting around the screen set by Argyle, up with the left hand, and then gets checked with the body. That will be an and one call. McKee able to find her mark, and she's got a chance for a three-point play with 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. That's also a candidate here for our Plains Tire points in the paint as she capitalizes and puts it away. Three-point play accomplished by McKee. Here's Long, and Ambria Lutz almost able to steal that one. It bounces off of her foot, and then she goes diving out of bounds on the near corner here. So here comes an inbound for the Longhorns. Up to the very top, Shiner, and then Long. Wrapped up with Taylor McKee, jump ball, good hands by McKee, and the possession arrow will go with the Rich Rebels. 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Rich up by 3. Calling in the offensive play call. Here comes McKee across the half-court line, crossover at the very top. Going back into the lane, one-on-one, and guess what? McKee is going to go ahead and cash in again with the left-handed layup. 13-8, and McKee is leading in scores. Here's Abby Long, had to pick up her dribble, kicks it out to Escobar on the right side. Inside, on the right block, back up to the top. Here comes the Longhorns. Shiner in, finding her teammate Murray. Off the back iron, no good. Here comes the Rebels on the defensive rebound. 15 seconds left in the game. Lutz on the left-hand wing gets it back up to McKee, and she's going to get bumped by Abby Long, trying to get into that passing lane right above the arc. A little bit of a push here, and here comes a Crawford Trough inbound. McKee looking, and she's got nowhere really to go. Gets it into Lutz, gets it into Argyle. Argyle up with the right hand. That one's no good, and here comes Bodies as a good rebound by the Longhorns. Good sportsmanship as Argyle is picked up by Shiner. Argyle gathering another foul, as I believe that's 2 for her. Only in the first period, first quarter, 4 seconds left in the game. Here comes the Longhorns. They have very little time trying to get it back there, and it's going to be no good. A desperation heave by Abby Long on her own free throw line will barely get over onto the Rich side. And that will be the end of one quarter. 13-8 is your score. And we'll come back to you for the second quarter. Thank you so much for joining us here on 98.3 as we're at this in the middle of a doubleheader. Both the boys and the girls program playing tonight here in Altamont. We'll go ahead, take a breather, come back to you in just a moment's time on 98.3 and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel girls basketball on mylocalradio.com and the Wildlife.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're getting ready for now the second quarter. I have to correct myself as I was just informed that I may have been saying a couple minutes left in the game. That is definitely not correct. We're now in the second quarter after the end of one. Longhorns with the ball. We're now dipping now into the second quarter and the second opportunity now for the Longhorns to break into this lead here by the Rich Rebels. They're up 13-8, and they're trying to get it into the paint, and a bump by Mackenzie Smith. That's going to be on Murray. Murray's going to get bumped from behind by Mackenzie Smith, and they're going to get an out-of-bounds play here underneath the Rich Rebel basket. In the game, we've got Pugmire, Lutz, Smith, Violet Taylor, and Taylor McKee. Long kicking out to Escobar on the right side, feeding inside, and a spinning move, and just too far to the left, no good. On the right-handed little jump hook shot by Shiner. That's going to lead to Rich Rebel ball as that ball will go careening out of bounds. Taylor McKee manning the point, or womaning the point, Either way you want to go. Taylor McKee getting that good screen at the top from Pugmire. Pugmire dipping inside, and Lutz with a good thought as she drives into the lane with the right hand, no good, kicking out. Inside out, Pugmire to Taylor McKee for a 3-point play. That one's good from the left wing. That's a T7 Propane in Woodruff 3-pointer. And a quick foul here on the right side of the court. Lutz. Body check there. (16-8). Rich Rebels in the lead. And now with that foul by Lutz in front of the Rich Rebel bench, that will send the Longhorns to the line for the 1-and-1. Shiner, opportunity, deep squat, gets it up in there. It's going to go off the back iron and fall out of bounds after being touched by a Rich Rebel on the defensive rebound attempt. So here comes an inbound here for the Longhorns. 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Second quarter. Here we go as a steal on the right corner. Violet Taylor now with the ball, slowing it down. The second quarter brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Good feed inside to Pugmire, right in front of the basket, in the paint, up with the left hand. That one's good. 18-8, and that ball will be thrown out of bounds on a huge heave from the left side of the court all the way over to the Rich Rebel side. That will go out the corner of the court on the far right side, out of bounds. Quick timeout. We'll go ahead. Independent Software Solutions timeout. We'll go ahead and take it as well, as we're here on 98.3 and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Back into the action in the second quarter. Stacy's Repair second quarter, that is, as the Rich Rebels are currently up 18-8 over the Altamont Longhorns. Taylor McKee has been subbed out. Onto the floor, Pugmire, Lutz, Grohl, Lamborn, and Taylor. Pugmire able to get that pass from the right side wing all the way to the left block and then kicks it back out to the top. Lutz, right side to Lamborn, feeding inside to Pugmire. Pugmire gets wrapped up in a jump ball between Pugmire and Lakin Murray. That will stay with the Rebels as the possession arrow will now flip. Grohl will take the Crawford Trough inbound underneath the Longhorn basket. On the far side, kicks it out to Lutz, who's going to take a long three. Long three, but it's from the short corner on the far side. That one's good. Lutz for three, now 21 points to 8. Escobar up to the top. Murray. Back to Escobar on the left side wing. Looks inside. Back to Murray at the very top. Murray has to pick up her dribble. Goes out to Escobar on the left side wing. Back up to the very top. Thacker. And she kicks it right out there to the right, and then it's going to be a jump ball between Violet Taylor and Murray, as we've had a couple jump balls recently. Those are Mound Valley Cattle Company jump balls. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck. Here come the Longhorns on the inbound. Long feeding inside. Jumper on the short baseline. No good. Defensive rebound for the Rich Rebels. Lutz getting the outlet here on the right side. Right-hand dribble out on top of the arc. Back out to Grohl on the left side. Grohl double teamed. 2-3 zone. Pugmire going in. She's going to lose the ball. It will bounce off of her fingertips, and that will go to the Longhorns. A turnover as Pugmire not able to hold on to it. That will be one of only a few turnovers for the Rich Rebels today. Here comes Altamont into their half-court offense. 2-3 zone implemented by the Rich Rebels as well. Back out to the right. Long three thought about by the Longhorns. Instead, Abby Long will take a three on the left side. That one will rattle home. Good shot from Abby Long. They definitely depend on her for some of those big baskets, and hopefully that will bring life to the Longhorns here as Lutz will kick it out to Violet Taylor around the horn to Lamborn into Pugmire. Pugmire on the left side block, dribbles into the paint, kicks it out, inside out. Here comes Violet Taylor, floater right out the back iron, no good. Lamborn with the offensive rebound, good eye. Lamborn to Pugmire on the right side. Pugmire, good. Left hand jumper from about 5 feet away. That will land and knock it home, 23-11. Longhorns out here on the right side wing. Thacker dribbling against Violet Taylor, stuck on the left block. Kicks it out to Abby Long on the right side. Three just a little bit too far. Defensive rebound for Cassidy Grohl. Grohl way down the court, and that will be touched by Long, and it will go falling into the Longhorn bench here on the near side of the court. In Longhorn territory, here come the Rich Rebels with the Crawford Trough inbound. Lamborn kicks it out to the top for Grohl. Grohl left-handed dribble, guarded by Thacker. Up to the top, Lutz dribbling, working her way up against Thacker. Violet Taylor around the horn to the left, inside to Pugmire. Pugmire gets blocked by Oakley Foy. Coming here, Thacker driving right side baseline. She's going to get bumped for Ambria Lutz. Lutz now with a couple fouls of her own. That will send Thacker to the line. Currently a 12-point lead with under 4 minutes before halftime. Aspen Thacker, the junior, first shot up and just too far to the left. That's going to get kind of wedged between the backboard and the rim on the left side and fall down to the court. No good on the first attempt. Second free throw opportunity for Thacker. That one just off the front of the rim, no good, and it's going to be rebounded on the long rebound by Violet Taylor. Taylor taking it across midcourt line out there to Tingy. Tingy back out to the top. Around to the left. Grohl looking inside, back out to the top. Here is Violet Taylor. Now Lamborn on the right side. Tingy playing keep away. Pugmire double teamed. Kicks it back out to Lamborn on the right side. Driving into the lane. Up it goes, and a foul before the shot. Underneath the basket it will go as Lamborn gets whacked on the arm on the drive. That's on Abby Long. Here comes Crawford Trough inbound into Lamborn. Back to Pugmire. Pugmire loses the handles on it. Grohl ends up with it, and Grohl just too far. Grohl gets the offensive rebound, but then it will end up in the arms of Oakley Foy, and a quick foul as Grohl, trying to reach in there, was going to whack Foy on the arm. That will send her to the line for another 1-and-1. Oakley Foy, someone that we talked about earlier, definitely someone that you're going to have to keep an eye on, a player to watch for the Longhorns. Her first free throw attempt here. No good off the back right iron, and the defensive rebound by Lamborn. Out to Violet Taylor, strolling across the court, out to the right. Grohl back up to the top. Out to the left, Lamborn fakes it inside. Back out to Grohl on the right side as Grohl gets hounded by the student section of the Longhorns. Tingy left side baseline, back out to the top of the arc. Grohl cross-court pass, one-hand dribble, blocked by Oakley Foy. Abby Long comes up with the ball, and she pushes down the court way too far and just off the fingertips of Thacker, out of bounds. 2:42 left in the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Still a 12-point lead, 23-11 for the Rich Rebels, as Tingy has come out and McKee has come in. So now your backcourt here, Taylor and McKee. Taylor with the ball, kicks it out to Grohl on the right side. Grohl looks in, out to McKee. McKee thinks about the three on the far corner three. Back out to the top it will go. McKee hounded by the student section. Across the lane Taylor double teamed, kicks it back out to McKee. Right wing, that's for 3. Rims out, no good. Offensive rebound, Pugmire. Pugmire up with the ball. She's going to have it up in a safe space pretty high, and she's going to get fouled from behind. That's on Murray. So that will be the 7th foul on the Longhorns. That's going to send Pugmire to the line. Pugmire, underclassman, number 40. First free throw attempt for Bear Lake Realty. That one's off to the right, and a long rebound. Oakley Foy is there. Here comes the Longhorns. Abby Long. A little bit of a height advantage here. Out to the left, back up to Long at the very top of the arc. She's going to go ahead and take the straightaway 3 right off the front of the rim. No good. Tracked down by the Longhorns. It's going to bounce off a couple people. Pugmire ends up with it. Pugmire in the paint. Outlet out there to McKee on the right side. McKee comes across the timeline. Right-handed dribble. Slows down again. Picks up her dribble. Motions. Sends people to where they need to go. Way out to Grohl on the left side. Grohl takes a long 2, and that's just going to be just a tad too far. Grohl almost able to keep that in. Here comes a long leading pass, and the Longhorns in the lane, partially blocked by McKee. Back out, and a steal by Pugmire as she was in the passing lane. Picks off Murray. Here comes Taylor McKee again back into the half-court offense for the Rebels. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the first half. Back out to Taylor at the very top. Grohl, who's had a couple really good looks with the ball on the left side, kicks it out. There to the left for McKee. Now back to Taylor. Pugmire on the right side elbow. This is McKee thinking about the 3, drives in the lane with the left hand, and she's going to get kind of whacked, and the ball will go flying out. McKee, no one's going there to guard her. Drives baseline, blocked by Foy. Good defensive presence by Foy as she's able to reach up and block that kind of floater driving the left baseline from McKee. Here comes Abby Long, guarded by Grohl on the near short corner. Long 3 for the Longhorns. That one's no good. Bounces about 4 times as Foy is going to go ahead and get partially blocked. That ball will go careening out of bounds. Here comes an inbound play. Murray with that long 3, just not able to knock it home. Here comes the inbound. Back to Foy. Foy almost loses it there on the far corner. Travel on Foy as it is guarded by Brittany Lamborn. Foy obviously frustrated as she's trying to get something going. It feels as though this 23-11 score has been there for a hot minute. Now 15 seconds left in the game. McKee kicks it out to the left side wing. Grohl now on the short, on the near corner. Inside to Pugmire. Pugmire triple teamed. Lamborn back out to the left. Here's Grohl for 3 on the left side. Just too off to the left, and an offensive rebound by Lamborn. Puts it up, but not in time before the buzzer sounds. That is going to be your halftime score, as a little bit of a scoring drought at the very end for both teams will leave us at 11-23. For the Rebels, what we've seen is stellar play from Taylor McKee being able to facilitate and getting a couple people open, but obviously it's been good defense by the Longhorns. They've been able to turn away the Rebels quite a few times as they've been driving into the lane and just closing out on really good shots. As for the Longhorns on the other side, they've had a couple really good open shots, just haven't been able to get a couple of them to fall. Only 11 points, something that they're going to want to bump up definitely in the second half. We'll come back to you with a few more insights as to our halftime show immediately after this. Again, 11-23, Rich in the lead by 12. And we'll come back with a few statistics as the boys get their legs warm here during halftime of the girls' game. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the end of the second quarter. We're now into the halftime show. Sponsored by MyLocalRadio.com. Advertise where your messages will be seen during high school sports season on the radio and online with MyLocalRadio.com. Again, I have to apologize. Apparently, I keep saying the end of the game. That's not what I mean to say. I meant the end of the first half. That's a very rookie mistake on my part, but I'm being kept in check by many of our Rich Rebel fans and my wonderful wife, as we're now part of the halftime show. Currently 23-11 advantage for the Rich Rebels. 7 minutes left before we start the third quarter. Our Rebel boys out here getting a few reps in, getting their legs warm, as they are going to be on immediately after this. The Rebel boys coming off of 2 straight losses to North Summit, as well as to Manila, a very good Manila team. That I might add. They're also going to be without their head coach tonight, as head coach Lex Cornea is out with illness right now. Coach Weston will be in and calling plays, as I was able to meet up with Nate Woods, senior for the Rich Rebel basketball team, and just an all-around really good guy. We'll hear from him as part of our pregame show before the boys get on. Let's go ahead, take another quick break. We'll come back to you with a few more stats and a couple more insights immediately after this on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the halftime show. Special thanks to all of you listeners out there on 98.3. We go ahead and I'd like to be a little bit more clear, as I got a text from head coach Lex Cornea. Coach Cornea is out with COVID right now, so as we hope that he gets feeling better in all facets, a really speedy recovery for him. He's definitely going to be missed out onto the basketball today. As he said that if it weren't for quarantine protocols, he definitely would be there, and I would not doubt that for a second. I was able to catch up with Nate Woods a little bit. He touched up on what Coach Cornea does for him and also what he does for this amazing team. The boys are trying to overcome a little bit of a slow start each of these games coming back from holiday break. I was able to meet with Coach Cornea as well earlier in the week over the phone to talk a little bit about what the boys can do to overcome some of their slow starts. He had great insight as to what this team can do, trying to get back into it. I know these boys are hungry, and they're definitely in a good position to take on the Longhorns later on today. As for the Lady Rebels, currently right now they are in the lead 12 points. 11-23 is the score. Your leading scorer in the game is Taylor McKee, as she's been weaving and bopping all around, finding the open woman and nailing some open three-pointers. They've been doing a very good job as to keeping that offensive production up and going. That's something that we've seen since she's come back. As we talked a little bit about before, both her and Ambria Lutz now with a little bit of experience running the point guard position, it definitely helps. The Lady Rebels have come back from holiday break, wasted no time, and dominating Manila 58-27. Now we're here in Altamont, and Lady Rebels are scoring in double digits all around. They're coming off of a nail-biter last night against the Bear Lake Bears. A late surge by the Bears in the second half pushed the Rebels to the brink, but they came out on top with clutch free throws from Ellie Argyle with basically double zeros on the board. A shooting foul with 0.5 seconds left in the game left Ellie Argyle on the free throw line, and she delivered. For the game today, talking a little bit, it's been a little bit of a defensive game. I mean, the open shots have been there, just not being able to fall a couple times. As we saw early on, both of these teams have gotten into the bonus. Not necessarily anything spectacular that each of these teams are doing. They're just kind of running the offense that they know to be true. The Longhorns definitely on one side. If they're able to kind of get those inside-out shots, those feeds, that definitely will help, as they have made abundantly clear that they are dangerous from beyond the three-point arc earlier in games throughout the season. Just haven't been able to hit it consistently tonight. As for the Rich Rebels, something that the Rebels definitely could do is kind of ease the burden a little bit from their backcourt. Their point guards currently right now doing a lot of work. Everyone else right now only considering from their bigs that not a whole lot of production other than a couple defensive rebounds. If they're able to spread out the points scored a little bit, both from the front court and the back court, they're going to be able to get going with a full head of steam. About 1 minute, 15 seconds left in this game. We'll go ahead, bring you back. Thank you so much for joining us on 98.3 and your patience as I keep making a couple mistakes. My wonderful, wonderful Rich Rebel crowd keeping me accountable. We'll come back to you in a few short moments after a message from our sponsors on the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston. Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're now into the third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. Wow, that was a little bit of a tongue twister. Rentals in Bear Lake. Call 435-946-EPIC. That's 435-946-3742, or find us on Facebook on epicrecreation.net. So, each of these two teams respectively come out a very quick start, as I was taken a little bit off guard. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. Here is the Longhorns. Murray with the ball right far out from beyond the court, dumping inside. Abby Long trying to get out to Oakley Foy on the right side block. Ball free, squirting out like a pigskin in the football field. Here come the Longhorns getting it into Foy on the right side block. Double team by Lamborn. Inside out shot from three straight away, no good. Offensive rebound and blocked by Darlene Peterson. Good defensive sequence for the Rebels. Here comes Taylor McKee getting out there to Brittany Lamborn on the left side. Now Darlene Peterson cross-court pass feeding Mackenzie Smith. A little bit of a baby hook shot on the right side. That one's just going to be left a little too short off the glass. It will stay underneath the Longhorn basket. It will stay with the Rebels for a Crawford Trough inbound, however. Lamborn looking inside. Back out to Darlene Peterson. Pump fake and a travel. Left her feet. Just a little bit of a stutter step. Good dance move, but not something that you want to use on the basketball court. Here come the Longhorns. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Abby Long on the left side wing looks inside, back out to the top. Murray, right-hand dribble around the horn, back out to the left. So this Longhorn team got a good look on the first time, and wow, here comes Oakley Foy after the save by Shiner. It's going to be stolen away by the Rich Rebels as it almost went careening out of bounds. Oakley Foy with a good little shot, but it's not able to be, did not meet its mark. Here come the Rebels getting a screen. Darlene Peterson back out to Lutz. Left-hand dribble, thought about giving it to Smith, who was just a little bit of a miscommunication there. Went for the screen, but I think Lutz was looking for the handoff. Here's Taylor McKee at the very top. Kicking it out to Lamborn on the left side wing. Back into Darlene Peterson, left-hand block. Right elbow jumper short, and an offensive rebound by Taylor McKee. McKee dribbling in, looks out to the right. Lutz. So the Longhorns have kept the Rebels out onto the arc. Good shots, good looks, but not able to knock it home. Spinning into the paint, back out to Lutz. Right-hand dribble off the backboard, no good. It will bounce off of a Rich Rebel, and it will go to the Longhorns. So good defense from the Longhorns as they were able to be in the right position. Made it tough for Ambria Lutz as she went into the lane. Here comes the Altamont Longhorns. Abby Long getting in, and a very similar travel call as she dished it out there to the left. Murray picked up her feet, and she's going to get called for the travel as she was driving in for the layup. A little overzealous. That happens a couple times, both in high school and even at the collegiate level. Got to be very careful with that. Taylor McKee getting a screen from Darlene Peterson out to the left. Ambria Lutz now at the very top of the arc has to pick it up. This time Smith driving baseline, kicks it out. Good pass to Darlene Peterson, just high off the glass. She's going to get whacked on the arm. That will send her to the charity stripe. I believe this is the first time we'll see Darlene Peterson at the free throw line today, as for a couple games in a row, Darlene has found herself in early foul trouble. So here's her first free throw attempt. This one just off the front of the rim, no good. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left here in our Epic Recreation third quarter. As Darlene chit-chatting with our official. Here comes our second free throw, Bear Lake Realty attempt. That one, this time we'll knock it home. Probably got some good words of encouragement from our referee there, as now we're at 24-11. Finally breaking that point barrier that's been there for quite a while. Oakley Foy getting a feed from the right side, stolen away by Taylor McKee. Has to pick up her dribble. That's okay. Very safe move, as there was a couple people behind her looking to poke that away. Inside feed from Darlene Peterson to Mackenzie Smith. Back to Darlene, off of her foot, soccer kick, as it will go into the padding underneath the basket. That will go to the Longhorns. Good idea, just not able to keep that one under control. Here comes Abby Long. Inside Oakley Foy, back over to Thacker. Blocked. Oakley Foy took a couple steps in there. Not able to put that one up with the right hand. That's going to be rebounded by the Rebels. Back into their half-court offense. Looking in, Taylor McKee at about the 10-foot line of the volleyball court. Right-hand dribble, kind of an isolation here against Abby Long. Almost an AAU type of isolation as McKee kicks it back out to Brittany Lamborn. Breaking that isolation, Escobar guarding Lamborn. Here comes Violet Taylor with the kind of little spin move this time. Mackenzie Smith kicks it out to the very top. Good defense by the Longhorns. Lamborn feeding to Mackenzie Smith. That's a great feed on the right side wing, inside right side block. Finally, Mackenzie Smith able to hit one of those as she puts that one away, now 26-11. Thacker with the ball at the top at the point guard position, feeding in Oakley Foy from the right side. Good as Oakley Foy matches almost step for step, stride for stride, frame for frame what Mackenzie Smith did in the previous possession. 13 points now for the Longhorns as we have under 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Offensive foul as I looked away here. I believe that was on Taylor McKee, perhaps an extension of the arm. Here we go, the Longhorns now off of that offensive foul on the Rebels, coming across their own half-court line back over to the Rebel side of the court. 2-3 zone implemented by the Rebels. Violet Taylor and McKee working on the guards at the very top of the arc. Thacker looking into Foy. Foy bouncing off of her chin as that was just coming in a little too hot. Here come the Rebels after the steal. One-on-one, Abby Long and Taylor McKee kicking out to the left side wing. Taylor up to the very top. Smith back to McKee on the right side wing. Darlene thinks about the long two, feeds into Lamborn. Lamborn up and underneath. Feed on the left side to Smith, just off to the right, no good. Here we go. Good defensive rebound by Murray as she stood in there strong after a couple Rebels swiped at the ball. Here comes the Longhorns again at the very top of the arc. This is Murray. Murray to Thacker on the right side. Thacker again trying to feed Oakley Foy. Foy getting double teamed. I'm surprised that got in there, and here comes a quick foul. Darlene Peterson. Mackenzie Smith and Darlene Peterson getting subbed out here. In comes Pugmire and Ellie Argyle, the hero from last night. Inbounds for the Longhorns underneath the Rebel basket. In comes a good move. That's a Longhorn that we haven't seen for the majority of the game. Number 24, Mary Peck, the sophomore. In with the right hand, up and underneath the defense of the Rebels, now 15-26. McKee working against Long. 3 screens in a row from Argyle, and here comes McKee. Drive, kick out. And a foul on the drive from Violet Taylor. That's a foul on number 1, Aspen Thacker. Still an 11-point deficit for the Longhorns. And another foul. After the inbound, this time on Murray, the senior. So 2 quick fouls, and now the Longhorns looking at 3 fouls given. Argyle, little handoff on the far baseline and then back around the horn. It will go, and another travel. They've been nabbing all these girls for that exact move every time. Violet Taylor here on the right side wing moves her feet before she dribbles, and that's going to be a travel. Here we go, 1 minute left here in the third quarter. Epic Recreation third quarter, that is. Here comes White. Altamont now 3 taken from the far corner. That one's going to be rolling around the rim. Defensive rebound for Ellie Argyle. McKee feeding Pugmire. Quick turnaround on the right side block. Good. Good shot from Pugmire. As she's got a couple really good points in this game. She's sitting at about 6. 33 seconds now as the score 28-15. A 13-point lead for the Lady Rebels. McKee strolling across midcourt, working against Long. This has been a battle that we've seen for the majority of the game. Long really not giving up much. As I say that, a long 3 from McKee. She felt it. Heat check from McKee. That one's off to the right, no good. And, when she feels it, she's going to pull it. Very confident in her shot. Now back and switching possessions. Long thinks about the three at the very top of the arc. This time now driving into the lane. That is a good block there, partially tipped by Ellie Argyle off of a driving Lakin Murray. Inbound coming in here for Altamont. That three again. This time it will knock home. Same shot that was seen last possession that was missed. This time it will be. It will find its mark. Far corner three. Good for Murray. We'll go ahead, take a quick break. Your score currently 18-28. Rich with a 10-point lead. We'll be back after these few messages on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Coming out of the full Independent Software Solutions timeout. We're going now into, that was the end of the third quarter, now into the fourth quarter. Our fourth quarter today. Brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. That is the most caring hospital on earth. Here we go, 8 minutes now separate us from the end of this game. Rebels hanging on to a 10-point lead. Long out here to the left, finding her teammate Murray. Murray back to Long at the very top. Around the horn, it will go at the very top of the arc. Oakley Foy getting the dish from Long at the very top of the arc. That is a great pass, good placement. High up in the air, Long did not have very long. She threw it into her post player, and that one's going to be good. Now an 8-point difference between these two teams. Here comes the Rebels. That's going to bounce off of Abby Long and come into the Rebel bench. Here comes a Crawford Trough inbound in just a moment. Inbound coming in, Violet Taylor to Ambria Lutz at the very top. Lutz thinks about the three at the very top of the arc, goes back to Taylor on the right side. Then ices it at the very top of the 10-foot line. Back out to the right, Ellie Argyle looking in for Taylor. Bodied up, Grohl, left-hand dribble out to the left side. Lutz thinks about the three, decides to pull it right off the front of the iron. No good. Ellie Argyle is going to reach around and get pegged for the foul. Lundgren letting her know that that is not a foul that was needed, as Ellie, fighting for the ball, just kind of swung her arm in a position that's going to peg a foul on her every time. 7 minutes now left in the game. Murray, Long at the very top. Thacker thought about the long three. Again, Foy getting that pass, but this time she's going to get nabbed with the push-off. Putting a forearm on the back of a Rich Rebel defender, trying to create some space, and that's going to be called for the offensive foul. Only 8 points separate these teams. The Longhorns definitely within striking distance if they're able to put together a little bit of a run. Lutz manning the point guard position, coming across the timeline from left to right on your radio dial. All blues for the Rich Rebels against all whites for Altamont. Back up to the top of the arc, Ellie Argyle swinging out to the right side wing. Lutz trying to find Mackenzie Smith. Smith up and underneath Foy, and she's going to miss everything. Air ball, offensive rebound for Argyle. That's going to be missed. And bodies flying everywhere as a tie-up between Foy and Argyle. A jump ball. Ellie definitely giving 110%, but it's she's a little frustrated because she's not matching the production that perhaps we saw last night. That's okay. Sometimes that happens. People have waves they go through. Inbound into Ambria Lutz at the very top. Hands off to Violet Taylor. Here we go. 2-3 zone implemented by the Longhorns, and they're going to kick it out to Grohl on the left side. Grohl driving, baseline, picks up her dribble, kicks it out to the very right side now. Here's Violet Taylor off the iron, no good. Offensive rebound from Argyle. Then The ball finds its way into the arms of Mackenzie Smith, and a tie-up underneath in the paint. Argyle again with a knack for the ball. This time it's going to swap possession arrows. It will stay with Altamont. They are going to inbound underneath their own basket. 8-point deficit. McKee has come in to relieve Violet Taylor. Violet putting in valuable minutes as a reserve there at the point guard position, doing fantastic work for a sophomore coming in. And now out onto the floor, Grohl, McKee, Lutz, Argyle, and Smith. Here comes a three on the left side wing. Good setup for the Longhorns. No good. It's a defensive collapse and a travel called on Thacker. Thacker tracked down the offensive board, and she was trying to spin around, get into a post position move, and I think she just shuffled her feet too much, and that's going to be a travel. Rich Rebel ball now. 5 minutes and 41 seconds left in the game. Here we go. Taylor McKee out to the left to Mackenzie Smith. Smith thinks about it, kicks it back across the court out to the right for Lamborn. Lamborn drives with the right hand into the paint, stops, kicks it back out to Lutz. Long two at the very top beyond the free throw line. That's going to be another tie-up between Ellie Argyle and a Longhorn for that rebound. Seems like Ellie Argyle is able to find that rebound wherever she goes. And she's going to get subbed out. Darlene Peterson's going to come in. But even though points haven't come for Argyle tonight, she's done valuable work in hustle plays for the team. Here comes a long three from Taylor McKee. Nothing but air on that one as Lamborn saves it, but puts in a position for the Longhorns to get on a fast break. Thacker gets stopped by Smith. Secondary fast break, stopped by the Rebels. Here comes the Longhorns, feeding, intercepted by Smith in the paint. Outlet to McKee. Wolf behind McKee, almost gets stolen away. McKee lucky to get away with that one as Abby Long was right behind her, ready to poke that one away on the right. Lutz here to Mackenzie Smith, looking inside, right-hand dribble into the paint, stripped away by the Longhorns. Good work as the ball falls into the arms of Shiner. Long pushing it across the court, out to the right. Thacker to Foy. Right hand partially blocked by Darlene Peterson. Darlene cooking it down the floor, didn't realize the ball ended up in the Longhorns' hands, and now here comes Long, stepping up right underneath the arc for the long two, banking it off the glass. That one's good. 22-28. 4 minutes left here before the end of regulation. Screen from Darlene Peterson for McKee. Handoff to Ambria Lutz on the arm as Lutz dribbled into the paint, tried to kind of pitch it out rugby style behind herself to Darlene Peterson. Independent Software Solutions timeout and a little bit of a run from the Longhorns, making it interesting. Only a 4-point deficit for the Longhorns to overcome with 4 minutes left in the game. Very, very possible as the hustle plays from each of these teams outstanding. We'll come back to you immediately after this quick break on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Back again for the fourth quarter. Rich Rebels and the Altamont Longhorns. 4 points separate these two teams. 6 points. I can't even do math. I'm sorry. Here we go. 6 points separate these two teams. Darlene Peterson out on the right side wing, giving it into Lamborn. Lamborn driving into the lane, and she kind of loses control, but she's going to get bailed out for the foul. Number 15, Murray, will nab another personal foul. She's getting up there as we're going to get into foul watch pretty soon. Here comes Brittany Lamborn with her first attempt at the free throw line today. Bear Lake Realty free throws. That one's going to hit the right side and bounce out to the left. No good. Still a 6-point lead for the Rich Rebels. For those of you that maybe were watching or keeping track of the score, thank you for keeping me accountable for doing math. I didn't go to school for math, but nonetheless, here I am. This is another miss, 0 for 2 for Brittany Lamborn, as Oakley Foy rips it off the backboard and outlets it out to the right. Thacker to Escobar on the left side, back to Thacker. Escobar looking inside. Around the horn to the right it will go. Abby Long feeding to Foy. Foy, turnaround, back out to Long. Long, right-hand dribble, baseline floater. That one's good. Now we're at 4 points. That's a 4-point difference. 28-24. Longhorns on a extended run. Euro step by McKee in the paint. Is going to miss its mark, and it's going to be ripped down by a Longhorn. McKee trying to get back into it is going to foul the rebounder on the arm. That's Shiner. One more foul until the Longhorns are in the 1-1 bonus. But instead, here comes the inbound here. Abby Long now point guard for the Altamont Longhorns, getting her team in position. Kicks out to Thacker. Long shooting it inside from right to left block, and that's going to go off of the fingertips of her big on the left side block and out of bounds. Turnover and a quick timeout taken by Coach Cody Lundgren. He wants to go ahead, put this thing on ice. We'll go ahead, take a quick timeout, come back to you for the conclusion of the game after these short messages on 98.3 and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Basketball on mylocalradio.com.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Taking the court, the Rebels and the Longhorns only separated by 4 points, 28-24 with 2:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. And here come the Rebels getting pressure from the Longhorns. Here's Violet Taylor and a bump near the 10-foot line at the very top, near the half-court line. Out comes Murray. She's going to get quickly subbed out as that will send Violet Taylor to the line with about 2.5 minutes left here in the game. Babying a 4-point lead. Here comes Violet to the line. First one up off the front of the rim, no good. Ripped down by the Longhorns, pushing it up the floor. No time wasted whatsoever. Thacker almost gets her pocket picked by Violet Taylor on the right side wing. Abby Long dribbling into the double team on the right side, and here comes Mackenzie Smith. Grabbing it from Escobar, not able to reel that one in, and here comes the Rebels. McKee working up against Long, one-on-one against right across the timeline, over top of the Altamont logo, handing off to Lutz. Lutz picks up her dribble, back over to McKee on the right side. Violet Taylor dribbling, working up against Escobar, and a feed to the left side, not able to put it up, and a second attempt as the ball came right back to Mackenzie Smith. Off of the missed attempt the first time, she gets fouled on the second attempt. Here comes Mackenzie to the line, who's able, she's been a fantastic free throw shooter the majority of the year. Free throws, something that both the boys and the girls program are really trying to solidify as they get further and further into the season. Here comes an attempt here from Smith. That one is good. Bottom of the net. Nothing but net on that one. 29-24. Second opportunity, this time just a little bit short. That will stay 29-24, under 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Thacker working on the left side, picks up her dribble, gets it out to Escobar on the left side, back up to the top. Long three, off the back iron, no good, ripped down by Darlene Peterson. Great work from Darlene. Outlet there to Ambria Lutz. Here comes a minute 30 left in the game. Thacker to meet Lutz right at the timeline. Lutz, little rugby pitch out to Taylor McKee. Now a isolation situation here for McKee, who drives with the left hand into the lane, and she's going to go ahead, pass it out to Darlene Peterson, and she's going to end up getting the offensive rebound after the miss from Darlene, who grazes the front of the rim. Here we go as handoff here to Lutz, kicking out to Violet Taylor. Taylor finds Darlene, good pass, and that's going to go underneath and off the bottom of the backboard. Timeout quickly taken by the Longhorns, as now they're in a position 5-point hole with about 50 seconds left in the game. We'll keep it here as the Rebels had a few opportunities to put that one up into the basket and kind of put this thing on ice. Missed a couple shots that I'm sure that they would love to have back. Now, Coach Cody Lundgren is in a position to put them into a defensive scheme, trying to deny any type of points from Altamont, as points have kind of, it's taken a little bit of effort for each of these teams to put up an extended amount of points today. A pretty low-scoring game, 24-29 right now, as points hard to come by. So perhaps Cody Lundgren has something up his sleeve. He's probably trying to figure out what kind of scheme he's going to put these girls into. Right now, the 2-3 zone is working just fine, as long as they don't give up the long three out on the soft wings right there, as the 2-3 zone is weak definitely around those points. Quick passes, and you're going to be light on your feet. As for the Longhorns, probably looking for that inside-out play, as points very hard to come by, so maybe hucking up that three, trying to get you within striking distance, but they're going to have to inbound on the far side first. Long gets the inbound, and they're going to stick to that zone, and a little baby hook shot there, and an offensive rebound will find its mark. Oakley Foy following the miss from her teammate, and now it's a 26-29 victory. We'll never have a nice game with these Lady Rebels. They always make it very interesting. Here comes Taylor McKee, who is getting hounded there by Abby Long. Driving into the lane, kicks it out there to Mackenzie Smith. Smith back up to the top for Violet Taylor, and a little dribble handoff here. Taylor McKee trying to dribble out the clock, and finally the Longhorns will foul, as a lot of time went off the clock. If you were attempting to foul earlier, then maybe that was the plan. And, there was a little bit of bumping action, but, if you're trying to foul and trying to ice the clock there, trying to get these rebounds, you got to make it a little bit more obvious. First free throw attempt up and good for McKee. McKee definitely one that you want on the line for definitely one you want to have on the line for late free throw attempts. Now a 2-possession game for the Longhorns. Second one, that one's up and good. 5 points now separate these teams. And a timeout taken by the Longhorns. We'll see what the Longhorns cook up as we'll take our final timeout here in this fourth quarter on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
All right, welcome back to the final concluding seconds of the fourth quarter here, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Your Rich Rebels up 31-26 over the Longhorns, barring some sort of miracle here in Altamont that will be featured on some type of ESPN. It's going to be a win for the Rebels. Here comes 8 seconds left. Long will kick it out there, and heave on the baseline, up and good for the Longhorns, but too little too late. They're just down too many points, 2 possessions. But they're going to hit the last shot and make it a little bit more interesting. 28-31 is your final score. Thank you for joining us here in Altamont. That is the conclusion of the girls' game. We'll get ready for the boys as they warm up here. We'll come back. A few final thoughts for the girls' game. Get ready for the boys' pregame. And be back to you in a moment's time on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back to the conclusion of this game. 15 minutes before the boys starts, we'll go ahead and recognize our players of the game. That will go to, a few Rich Rebels today did a fantastic job. I want to go ahead and recognize one thing in particular. Ellie Argyle, even though the points did not fall for her tonight, defensive presence was huge. It seemed as though she was wrapping up and getting jump balls every time she was out onto the floor. Taylor McKee will go ahead and get our player of the game. Our LSR player of the game. Special thanks to the girls for coming out here. Good win, region win by 3 out here in Altamont. We'll see what the boys have cooked up here in just a moment's time as we're here in the post-game show. Special thanks to Dr. McKay Frankham. Dr. McKay Frankham providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today for an appointment at 307-789-8910. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on 98.3. We'll go ahead, transition now to the boys' game. Give us a moment's time as we get our programming up and shaped up, and we'll start our pregame in just a second. Thank you so much for joining us on Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife. Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the pregame show as we're just having a couple technical issues. We'll get that fixed up right away as we'll get our our camera back into action. Thank you for joining us out here in beautiful Altamont as Altamont has a fantastic gym. Absolutely beautiful out here as both of these two teams are getting ready, squaring up underway for this region play. We'll come back. We're going to go ahead and start with one of our interviews today. I got to meet up with Nate Woods. Nate was a fantastic interview. He touched up a little bit as to how this game was going. We'll go ahead, hear from Coach Lundgren first, and then we'll go ahead and hear from Nate Woods. Special thanks to the town of Woodruff for making this possible to come out here and watch these fantastic athletes come out here, student athletes performing to the very best of their abilities. Also, special thanks to Pam Cornea at Town & Country Realty, as we are now part of the Gary Tusher CPA in Montpelier pregame show. Have your business, have your taxes prepared by a professional that understands personal business and agricultural taxes. We'll go ahead and come back after this quick break and hear from Coach Cornea.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Rich Rebel fans here, joined on the Coaches Show. We're finally back, and I get to go ahead and talk to Coach Cornea. And Coach Cornea here with me, talking a little bit about how the season's progressing. We're post-holiday break. Coach, my first question really is, from a head coach's perspective, what was kind of the main cause of the results for both North Summit and Manila?
Well, I think we got off our break slow. And as we look at next year, we need to get a game in, December 28th, 29th. I think we were still just kind of hung over from the break, and maybe we were, feeling too good about Wendover, and I don't think we came out the way we needed to from break as part of it. But I also think these kids, playing with expectations is tough. They've had a couple good wins, and I think that we're a good team, but, we were ranked 7th in the RPI, and suddenly, people are paying attention to you and watching and prepping for you. And, it takes a little bit to get used to that, especially for a group of kids that, for most of them, this is their first varsity experience. I think some of those games just kind of showed, our youth and inexperience and what it's like to come off a Christmas break and play against good teams and also have those teams paying attention to you and prepping and having you scouted. So that's part of it. But I don't know. I mean, it's also December, and I think our best basketball is ahead of us. And right now, I guess if we're going to be in a slump, as long as we can address it, if you address it, then it's fine. If it goes unaddressed, we still got too much season left in front of us to let this thing continue on as it is.
Coach, you kind of touched up on it already, but in your opinion, do you feel like these slow starts against North Summit and Manila was an outlier, or do you feel like this is kind of a recurring trend that you're trying to fix here?
No, we are definitely in a trend. I've probably called more first quarter timeouts than I have at any other point in my career. And, you call a timeout in the first quarter to stop a run, and usually those runs are going against you. So, against Manila, we started out down 10-0. We had a little better start against North Summit, but they had a run in the second part of the first quarter that kind of gapped us, and then you're playing catch up the whole game. So, we've talked about what we need to do about that. I think we need to find ways of settling in quicker, and a lot of that comes down to just shot selection and ball control. It's hard to get that first shot down, and so you need to get the best look possible. And defensively, I think we're waiting for a team to do something instead of us being the aggressor. So we have some things from coaches that we can change up, but also it's a mindset that we need to get our players to buy into of what does it mean to start a game in our program. Even our win against Wendover, I think I burned a first quarter timeout in that game. I know I did. So, you can overcome slow starts, but to have it be a trend and something that you're always facing, it's definitely something we're addressing.
Coach, this team is gelled together, and everybody seems to like each other a lot. They make the extra pass, but in your opinion, does making the extra pass lead to a negative more than a positive sometimes?
Well, we've talked about selfish passes before, and the selfish pass is when, you're afraid of the moment and you'd rather have someone else miss it than you. And I think that we've had a little bit of that where guys are open, the offense has worked, and we're hesitant. We don't want to take that shot. We don't want to be the cause of a miss or whatever. And so we pass that buck on to somebody else. And, I think we tell guys when you're open, that means the offense has worked and you need to shoot it. But it's a big stage, a game like Manila. The stands were packed, and we have to just get some confidence. Kids need to know that we believe in them, and shoot the ball with confidence, believing it'll go in. And right now, we definitely feels like we have a lid on a basket. when we're shooting right now, I don't know if we quite believe that shot's going to go. I think we hope it does. Where before the break, I think we put it up and we were fairly confident that has a good chance of going in. So a lot of this is just kind of mindset stuff. But, I mean, the nice thing is I don't have to fix work ethic and effort. That game against Manila, despite it being a lopsided game, I guess we kind of climbed back in it at the end. But, we lost that game, but I think we won that fight. And when you have kids working that hard, these adjustments come a lot easier. If effort were a concern, then I think we'd be in a much darker place than we are right now.
Coach, a lot of things to improve upon. I want to kind of end on a positive note. Having Hayden Weston back, he played valuable minutes and scored in good numbers here in his return. What does getting Hayden back bring to the team, and what does it mean to the team?
Well, he's a captain for us, and anytime you lose your captain, it changes the dynamic a little bit. He's earned that role, and that was player selected. Voted on by the team, and so I know they respect him, and he's just a good voice in the locker room. He settles us on the floor, and it's been great having him back. But I also know that he recognizes that it's a team effort, and that his return it doesn't just magically wave a wand and solve any problems. That we have a big load of work cut out for us this week. Altamont's a team that's played a really tough schedule, and they're very athletic, and they're going to pose problems for us. But I also think they're a team that is not as good as the teams we've just played, and that if we can learn the right lessons, we can go beat them. Cokeville, similar, played a really tough schedule. We've been playing them forever. We know them really well. And, it's going to be a fight, and you're also going to have to, we're going to have to get this lid off the basket. I don't think we can keep hoping to, beat teams scoring 36 points. We need to get back up to where we were scoring in the 50, 60 range. But we had a player meeting last night, and I know that their heads are in the right spot. They recognize the things that need to be addressed, and they're willing to put in the work to do it. So I'm very optimistic. Guys know that a season is a lifetime, and you can't hang your long-term success or failure on any one game. So they're excited to get back out there. We had a great practice last night, and I couldn't be happier with just the mindset overall of these kids and their work ethic and what they want to do going forward.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck against Altamont and Cokeville. Anything else from you?
No, it'll be good to have you back, and we'll see you in Uinta Basin.
Perfect. Thanks so much. This is Coach Lex Cornea here for the boys basketball team. So that was Coach Lex Cornea. Just an absolute wizard when it comes to basketball. Right now, currently, the boys trying to right the ship a little bit here, and a lot of stuff that Coach Cornea talked about. I think a very huge key to the game, brought to you by mylocalradio.com, would definitely be a hot start for the Rich Rebel boys. That is something that's so desperately needed right now. If you're able to knock down your first couple shots, things come a lot easier to you throughout the entirety of the game. As we'll hear from Nate Woods at halftime on our very, very short abbreviated pregame show. I mean, everything has been flown by very quickly. Let's do our scene set very quickly today. As we get into our scene set, the Altamont Longhorns and the Rich Rebel boys coming into this, and both of these teams kind of really trying to get the ship righted, as both this Altamont team, much like the girls program, coming off of a loss to Tabiona. They're currently 0-1 in region, but have high spirits. They want to go out here and want to play the best basketball that they can, and now region play is upon them. They have a chance to do so. Due to the intensity and the focus of wrestling here at Altamont, if we look out to our left in the banners here, I mean, all of those are wrestling banners. Altamont is a wrestling school. So the Altamont boys definitely trying to get some athletes out here on the basketball court as well. They're always trying to figure out who they can bring out here to get some basketball up and going, because wrestling does fantastic every single year. As per the Rich boys, as we talked about, back-to-back losses, Tonight they're going to be without their head coach, Lex Cornea, who's out with COVID currently right now. Hope for a speedy recovery for him. He said he'd be here if it weren't for protocol, as the team has looked back on their losses and looked at the adversity with increased motivation and optimism. I talked with a bunch of the kids here today before the game even started. They feel good. They're wanting to get back into it. They want to have a really good time. And they feel as though that this could really, really be a game wherein that they can shoot the lights out. That's what they want to do. One thing we look to see is how this team will start. Slow starts have been a concerning trend for the boys basketball team. It was an area of focus for Coach Cornea and his staff this week. Speaking of Coach Cornea and his staff, Coach Weston is going to be taking over for play calling duties today. As down onto the floor, we'll see this team huddling up, getting ready to go. We'll go ahead, clear the scoreboard, as that is not the current score whatsoever. Back into the action we will go. We'll go ahead, step aside as we get ready for the starting lineups in just a moment's time. We'll come back to you immediately after these quick messages on 98.3 and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Back as part of our Gary Tusher CPA pregame show, we're now getting ready for the starting lineups. As previously, a couple minutes ago, the girls took a W against the Altamont Longhorns, a 3-point victory, 31-28. The boys huddling up now. Very key to also mention that Coach Lundgren, coaching from a little bit afar right here, will also be helping out the boys today as he's standing in. Many people coming to help out. These boys have a plethora of people to help coach them and get them out and ready to go. We're going to go ahead, get ready for the tip-off, opening tip-off, as we're just having a little bit of our lineups coming up pretty soon. While we're waiting for our lineups today, we'll go ahead, dip into the Lake Town Ledger. As we mentioned before, according to Max Preps and recent memory, the boys or girls basketball program has never lost to Altamont here. The girls all-time 20-0 versus Altamont, and the boys 24-0. Last met 2017, 73-54. Here's Nate Woods as part of our starting lineup here. Nate Woods, Riley Carrillo also starting today. Jaden Cornea as well.
Number 10, Hunter Pace.
Hunter Pace also getting the start today. Hunter's going to be a key proponent of getting this team up and started. He has a great touch, able to knock it down from beyond the arc. And team captain and back from concussion protocol, Hayden Weston. Huge moment here for the boys as they're getting pumped up. Nate Woods starts his little mosh pit there as they're going to focus all up and get ready to go. Here comes the starting lineup for the Altamont Longhorns as they're taking their sweet time. It's a lot of suspense, I guess, is what they're trying to do. The boys here on the Rich side getting pumped up and ready to go, psyching each other out. Here comes the Longhorns here.
And tonight, our starting lineup from the Altamont Longhorns.
Oh, we get a nice little dark introduction here.
Number 2, Jerem 2.
Jerem 2 will get the start, the senior.
Number 11, Ethan Hansen.
Ethan Hansen also, the junior for the Longhorns.
Number 23, Ty Sorensen.
Tice Sorensen, huge proponent for this team as well.
Number 24, Dyson Taylor.
Dyson Taylor.
And number 4, Laurel Tyrese Brown.
So that is your starting lineup here. Number 24, Ashton 2 is what I have here on the roster. So that is your starting lineup for the Altamont Longhorns. As you can see right now, a little bit of height advantage. They're a very tall team. And they're going to go ahead and use that to their advantage while they play the Rich Rebels today. Keys to the game, absolutely, today. As young, but give 100%. We've talked a little bit with Coach Cornea in the past. This team is young. They know that. They're playing into that. They want to be able to go ahead, give 100%. If you're going to make a mistake, at least do it going 110%. Get into transition defense. Have confidence in your shots. You can make these shots, definitely possible, and to get out to a quick start, as we mentioned earlier here. We're now dipping into live camera as our tip-off today underway. Nate Woods trying to get up and underneath it. Instead, here comes the Longhorns as they will waste no time outside on the right side wing. Cross the court, it will go 2 over to Ty Brown. Here comes the Longhorns back up to the top of the arc. Looking inside, good transition defense from the Rebels, implementing a 2-3 zone currently at the moment. Hunter Pace closing in the shot on the far corner. Inside, 2 will go up and around, high up in the air, rebound, Riley Carrillo. Good force shot from the Rebels. Here comes Cornea pushing it down the floor very quickly. Pace on the far corner, back to Cornea on the right side wing, handoff to Pace. Feeding inside, Hayden Weston kind of caught underneath the basket. Riley Carrillo, little jumper on the left side. That one's good on the baseline, left side baseline. Great shot and a good catalyst for starting out strong. Riley Carrillo with the first points of the game. Here come the Longhorns trying to match up immediately. 7 minutes left here in the first quarter. Cross-court pass out to the left side wing. That's Jerem 2. Out to Ethan Hansen around the horn. Back to Hansen. Hansen out here to the right for Taylor. Takes the long 3 off the back iron, high up in the air. Offensive rebound, up and good. That's a great hustle play from Ty Brown. Ty goes high up in the air, rips it down, and puts it up with the right hand, and that's going to be an and-one opportunity for the Longhorns here. Tied 2-2, 6:44 left here in the first quarter. Brown off the front of the rim, then the back. That one's in. 1 point advantage here for the Longhorns. Cornea pushing it up the court, crosses the timeline. Crossover, left hand. Handoff to Nate Woods. Around the horn, into the lane, right-handed layup, high off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, Carrillo. He's going to put that one up and clean up for the Rebels. Great work from Carrillo. He's 4 early points in the game as we're implementing a little bit of pressure. Rebels trying to get it up in there, breaking the pressure. Here come the Longhorns. Brown back up to the left side wing, up to the top. Hansen inside out here to the right side near corner. That's 2 around the horn. Thought about the long 3 on the left side. Here comes a straightaway 3 from the top of the arc, off to the left. Defensive rebound by Carrillo. He's everywhere right now. After the miss, 4-3 lead for the Rebels, and a quick little dump pass as a no-look pass from the right side wing into Hayden Weston. It's going to bounce off a Longhorn, so say the officiating crew, as we're going to get an inbounds play coming up here. Mound Valley Cattle Company inbounds play coming up. If you're going to make the big shots in your business, increase your advertising. Customers will come to you if you invite them, as this is Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. A little floater in the lane for Cornea. That's off the back iron, no good. Pushing it up the court, here comes Hansen out to the left, finding his teammate. That's Taylor. Taylor thinks about the three on the left side wing, back up to the top, feeding inside. Brown, inside out kick, across the court, out to the left. Long three coming up for the Longhorns. That one's going to rattle home. Good shot from Taylor, and now they're up 6-4. Cornea into the far corner for Pace, dribbling with his left hand into the lane, trying to feed Hayden Weston. Hayden not there in time as that Pace trying to wrap it around a big and trying to feed Weston for an easy deuce, but it's just going to be off of his fingertips and out of bounds. 5:11 left here in the first quarter. Hansen feeding Brown on the baseline, around to the top at the top of the arc, feeding inside. Little jumper about 10 feet out, rattles in and out, and falls in. 8-4 for the Longhorns. A good shot for this team as they're starting to get a little momentum going. Dribble handoff. Nate Woods driving into the lane. Right-hand layup. Very aggressive move from Nate Woods, the senior. Right-hand layup up and good, and that stops the bleeding a little bit here. Down 2 points out to the far corner, back up to the top left side wing. Hansen back out to the left. Taylor back to Hansen at the very top. 2 on the right side, feeding Brown. Bounces off of his knee. Now we've got people on the ground. Hayden Weston able to force the jump ball. Him and Brown falling on top of each other as we get a spotlight here for Casey Wilson, who's walking up the steps. 8-4, 4:22 left here in the first quarter. Cornea, all blues for the Rebels today. White numerals, crossover to the left, handoff for Trey Walker, who's come into the game, kicking it out to Pace. Long three, Pace knocks that one home. Very confident shot on the far corner as Cornea is trying to motion people in to get back into that pressure situation. 9-8. Brown able to get the ball here, covered by Cornea on the right side. Brown, right-hand dribble handoff on the near corner, back up to the top. Into the right elbow, driving, jumper in the lane. That one's going to rattle home. A little bit of a soft spot being seen as Sorensen's knocked down 2 from that position in the last 2 possessions for Altamont. Dribble handoff, Pace picks up his dribble, has to kick it out to Pace at the very top. Dribble drive kick on the right side wing. Here's Pace. Back to Cornea, right in front of the student section for Altamont. Dribbles back out, calms it down, kicks it to Trey Walker on the right side. Feeding Perry inside out as Carrillo, then Pace on the left side. He's going to knock that one home. Very confident shot from Pace as he has 2 very big threes here in the first quarter. 12-10, 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Rebels don't feel like they have a lid on the basket right now. Now the key is defense as Brown drop step against Walker underneath before the shot. Trey's going to get nabbed with the reach, I believe, before the shot happens. So we're going to get an inbound play coming up. Buckwheat coming in to relieve Riley Carrillo. Noah Perry also in the game. So we got Perry, Buckwheat, Walker. Here's a long three on the left side, nothing but air, and a rebound for Cornea. Cornea thought about letting it go out of bounds and says he'll push it down the floor very quickly. Pace, jumper on the left side, just off the back iron, no good. It's going to bounce off an Altamont Longhorn and get reeled in. They're going to push while Pace is behind. He jumped high up in the air to stop that long pass, or the intended long pass, and now Altamont in their half-court offense. Left side, 3, thought about, back up to the top, 2, Sorensen kicking out to Hansen on the right side wing. Cross court, back out to the left, top, 2, Hansen, right side wing, back to 2, now in the corner. Here's Sorensen with the little jumper, 12-foot jumper on the right baseline. He'll knock that one home. Couple good ones for the Altamont Longhorns. 12-12 is the score. And a steal here. Here's Altamont coast to coast, and it's stripped away by Hunter Pace. Good placement without getting the foul. Nate Woods coming back into the game here, and a quick timeout. Yes, timeout by the Rebels, and we'll go ahead and take a quick breather ourselves as we need it's a breakneck speed right now. We'll go ahead, come back to you after these quick messages on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
This is Gary McKee, inviting you to call Bear Lake Realty today, 435-946-8888. Find out how you can be part of this beautiful area here with sandy beaches and private access, or the quickest way to get access to the marina in the Bear Lake area. You can have your own second home or a quarter share into those second homes for starting at $250,000, or you can start your own Airbnb investment and use it as well. Just call us and we'll teach you how to do that at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
8888 was the number that you're wanting to hear. Here comes the Rich Rebels and the Altamont Longhorns back. Altamont on offense get the inbound at the very top of the arc here, back into live camera mode. Here comes Altamont, kick out to the left, 3 taken by Altamont, and a foul. Perry on the arm, and we're going to get three free throws coming up here for Ethan Hansen. I didn't see a whole lot of contact there, but it was enough to elicit a foul according to our officiating crew, so he's going to get 3 free shots coming up here. Hansen with the ability to take the lead. First one up and good. Second charity attempt. That one's up and good. Pretty automatic there for Hansen as we're going to get a substitution. Hoffman has come into the game, and here comes Riley Carrillo as well. He's in for Buckwheat. And Carrillo, part of that rotation that we're going to see a little bit here. Here comes the third attempt. Off the front of the rim, no good, and that's rebounded by Perry. Outlet to Walker on the right side. He pushes and kicks it right out to the right side. Nate Woods. Dribble, floater, baseline, just a little bit too far, and it's going to be stripped away by Carrillo. Back on offense come the Rich Rebels. They are incredibly fast and blocking fouls. Trey Walker drives with the right hand. Around the horn he goes, and he's going to go right into Sorensen. He'll get nabbed with the blocking call. So 2 shots coming up for Trey Walker. Trey, as a junior, coming in as a great tool for this team, implementing relief, and provides a whole lot of energy. Anyone who knows Trey knows that he's given a lot of energy for this team. A minute 40 left here in the first quarter. The first Bear Lake Realty attempt missed. Second one off the back iron, and a hold underneath the basket. A foul called on Altamont, 23, so 2 quick fouls on Sorensen. Sorensen at the moment has been killing Rich from the mid-range, whether that be on the baseline or right near the free throw line elbow. Here comes the Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound. Overzealous officiating crew wanting to give it into Nate Woods, but a substitution as Sorensen has come out. A quick foul trouble. Here comes Nate Woods on the Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound, looking back up to the very top to Trey Walker. Trey holds it safely in his left hand, dribbles here and sets up the half-court offense. Hoffman out to his right, Nate Woods out to his left. Carrillo manning the middle. Nate, left side, back up to the top for Hoffman. 1 dribble skip to the right for Walker, feeding Carrillo inside. Carrillo rises high above, and he's going to knock that one home. Good vertical by Carrillo, and points in the paint implemented thanks to Plains Tire. Plains Tire, tire, wheels, vehicle maintenance, all with a smile. Here comes Altamont breaking the press. They looked for Brown on the backside. Brown cutting inside, almost got it as the zone defense for the Rebels, giving up the 3 ball on the right side. Long rebound. Nate Woods is there. Nate talked with me a little bit earlier. Nate talked about wanting to be a more aggressive scorer for this team, and I'll tell you what, by the way that we're watching him play so far, he's been very aggressive, driving into the lane, getting some good looks. As Nate's talked with his coaches, he's got a lot of really good goals that we'll talk to him about during halftime. Hayden Weston also checking into the game, giving Trey Walker a blow. Under 1 minute left. We're all tied up here at 14 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Nate Woods getting that inbound, feeding out there to Pace. Nate for 3 at the very top. That's just off to the right, no good. Brown ripping down the board off the glass. 2 with the ball. Out here to Hansen on the right side, back up for 2, and then on the left side to Jerem 2. So we got 2 twos out there as Brown makes a good post move up with the right hand, up and good. So 2-point lead for Altamont. Dribble handoff on the left side, and Hunter Pace loses the handles. Here's Brown with the steal, driving 3-on-1. Little hop, skip, Euro step, and he's going to get 2 shots at the free throw line. 2 shots at the free throw line. Brown's been there before. Here comes the first shot for Brown. That one's no good off the right of the iron. Kicks out to the left. Still 16-14. 14 seconds left here in the first quarter. We'll get our scoreboard cam fixed in just a second. This one's off the front of the rim. No good. Ripped down by Hayden Weston. 12 seconds now left in the game. Nate Woods calms everybody down. They're going to want to have the last shot here in the quarter. Kicks it to the right for Riley Carrillo. 4 seconds left. Long three for Pace. Nothing but air. It's going to be too short. And a desperation heave. Not going to get anywhere close at the end of one. After one quarter, 16-14. Altamont in the lead after some great mid-range shooting from each of these respective teams. Let's go ahead, take a quick breather. We'll come back to you after these few messages on 98.3 and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel boys basketball on mylocalradio.com.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter. Now we're back into the live camera mode. We'd like to thank our sponsors. As we're getting ready now to see what each of these respective teams can do. Back into the second quarter. Brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Altamont will start off with the ball. So they're working it around the horn, as we've seen a couple Longhorns we haven't seen in the game. 2 working it in there to the namesake, same last name, a long 3 taken by Altamont on the right side. That one's going to knock home. Very good shot here. 19-14, and a quick foul underneath the basket. Hayden Weston's going to be able to go to the line, make up a couple points. 2 shots, 24. That's Ashton 2. I'm going to have to differentiate between Jerem and Ashton. We're going to get a little substitution for the Rich Rebels as well. Pace in the game, as well as Muirbrook, Hoffman, Cornea, and Weston. Pace out to Muirbrook and up and around, and that's going to be stolen away by Altamont. Muirbrook, bodies flying absolutely everywhere as it's finally reeled in by Cornea, and Pace will go up and get fouled on the and one. You know, even if I tried to follow along, I don't think would be able to keep up with the ball. It swapped possessions a couple times as Muirbrook tried to swing it around. It's going to be picked off by Altamont, and then bodies rolling on the ball. Eventually Cornea on his stomach will throw it to Pace. He'll go up with the right hand, get hit in the back, and that will be an and one opportunity, but Pace is not able to capitalize. Still 16-19. Here comes the Longhorns. Into the game, we see Hunter Phillips as well. Jerem feeding inside to Brown. Brown, Hayden Weston also as a scoop up from Hoffman. Cornea with a one-on-one opportunity gets blocked by Ethan Hansen in the middle of the paint. Brown has to pick up his dribble, kicks it out there to Ethan Hansen on the left side. Hansen driving inside, back out to Brown. Brown inside to Ashton. Hansen for three on the right side. Off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound. Hunter Pace. Dribbling crossover at the top of the arc. Cornea out to Hoffman on the right side wing. Back up to Cornea. Slowing it down now. Trey Walker set to check back into the game. Pace looking for Muirbrook inside. Nothing to it. And then around the horn it will go. Muirbrook, it will bounce off of his knee. A turnover for the Rich Rebels. Here comes Altamont. Hansen going out there to Ashton Phillips on the left wing. Cross court here to Jerem. Quick passes around the horn. Trying to get the Rebels off their mark. Cross-court pass almost stolen by Hunter Pace. And Hayden Weston and Ty Brown kind of throwing shoulders into each other a little bit. It's very physical down there. You have to be. You're big. You're tough. So back and forth those two will go. We'll keep an eye on how those two will react to each other as Hayden Weston just a little flustered. They're going to take him out right now. So out on the floor we have Walker, Pace, Muirbrook, Hoffman, and Cornea. Brown getting the quick dump inside. He's going to miss it long off the back iron. Muirbrook rips down the defensive rebound, outlet to Cornea at the very top of the arc. They're now here. Trey Walker for three. That one's great. Trey, little show for everybody. Gets the three fingers up. As the Longhorns now on offense. 19-19. Ethan Hansen with the ball, kicking it out to the very top. That's Ashton, 2. Sorensen, inside out for 2. That one for 3. Answers Trey Walker's 3 on the left side wing. Trading threes and big buckets. 22-19. Advantage Longhorns. Cornea. Leisurely right-hand dribble, crossover left hand into the lane, kicks it back to Muirbrook on the left elbow. Right-hand dribble, cross-court to the right, trying to feed Cornea or to Muirbrook, and that's going to be picked off. Trey Walker with the turnover. Here comes Ethan Hansen back into their half-court offense. Dyson Taylor, another 3. For Altamont, and a quick timeout taken by the Rebels. Got to stop that 3 ball as they're getting good looks and letting it fly. 4 minutes and 37 seconds left here. We're going to go ahead, take a quick timeout, come back to you immediately after this on the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, here to the first quarter. I mean, we ran buckets on buckets on buckets. Are you sure it's the first quarter? I can't tell. It's been breakneck speed. Your new home in Bear Lake is going to be one phone call away. Call Gary McKee at 435-946-8888 after collecting themselves. Hugh, the 3-ball, killing the Rebels right now as Dyson Taylor really sticking it to the Rebels right now, hitting a couple threes from the left wing. And now they're sitting on a 6-point lead. Here comes live camera back into the action. The Rebels, long 3 from Pace, no good as an offensive rebound for Cornea. Right place, right time for Cornea as the ball fell right into his lap. A little floater, that one just a little bit too far. Trey Walker is going to reach around and get nabbed for the foul. Something that we've seen a couple times, a defensive rebound's ripped around, and both the boys and the girls program have a hard time keeping their hands out of that cookie jar. You want to reach in, you want to grab it, you want to get it back, but the best thing you could possibly do, get back on defense. And now with that foul, that's going to put Altamont in the 1-and-1. So here comes Hansen with the opportunity to extend this lead, and he's going to roll it off the front of the rim and put it in. 26-19. Hoffman has come out. Perry has come in. Here comes Hansen's second attempt at the charity stripe. Leisurely arc is going to roll off the front of the rim and bounce in. 27-19, and now an 8-point lead very quickly. Cornea in the far corner feeding to Trey Walker. He's going to get blocked, and he's going to end up back with the rebound. Ball's going to go flying as Altamont's going to fall on the ball. And a timeout will be called. Well, I can tell you this much. Both of these teams want the basketball, and they're willing to sacrifice their bodies for it. We'll go ahead, keep it here. Each of these respective teams are trying to find some sort of rhythm, and right now it's Altamont with the rhythm right now. They're able to nail a couple long three-pointers. They've got Rich kind of anxious right now. You're noticing as this lead has started to extend, just a little tense. A couple of the Rich players throwing up a couple shots that maybe aren't the best looking shots right now. They're trying to keep it close. The best thing Rich can possibly do right now, relax. They're able to make some of these big shots. You can't, it starts really on defense. You guard that three-point perimeter. Ripping down a couple defensive boards is going to give you confidence as well. You don't need to force up crazy shots at the moment. So Altamont, after the wrestling match, I told you Altamont's really good at wrestling. Now with the ball, as here comes two, feeding to Sorensen. They're going to leave Sorensen open at the right elbow, and he's going to knock it home. Now a 10-point lead. Sorensen's knocked down a couple of those early in this game. Here comes Cornea feeding to Riley Carrillo. Carrillo has to pick up his dribble, feeds to Walker on the right side. Cornea, left-hand dribble into the lane. That would have been really beautiful, but a foul right before on the pick and roll on the arm. 3:31 left here. It's got to be the second quarter. Maybe it's the first quarter. Here comes the Rich Rebels. So many points. Here comes around the horn pace feeding to Cornea, inside out play. Here's Trey Walker. Good shot and lineup, and that's going to be one that's going to fall more often than not. Phillips with the rebound. Hansen now dribbling across the timeline out to Phillips on the right side wing. Phillips, right-hand dribble, loses the ball high up in the air, stolen away by Hunter Pace. Turnover for Altamont. Pace, dribble, right hand, feed to Perry. Two bodies are going flying. I think Pace, with his shoulder, knocked one Altamont player into the other one, and now that's going to lead to some points. 21-29. Altamont still in the lead. Phillips up and underneath Cornea's attempt to trap him. That's going to bounce off the foot of Cornea, and a quick kick here near the near side, right in front of the Rich Rebel bench. Stacy's Repair, taking the ones who truly care, as they are sponsors of the Rich Rebels. They do a fantastic job. Hansen out there to two for long three. That one's good. Three ball hurting the Rebels, desperately in need of some points here now that they're down 11. 2:25 left in the game, in the first half. Crossover from Pace on the left side. Wing kicking it back out to Trey Walker. Stutter into the lane, almost loses the ball. Ball will bounce off an Altamont player and stay with the Rich Rebels. Lucky to keep possession of that one as Pace kind of put his shoulders and head ahead of his feet, almost lost control there. Cornea into Trey Walker. Trey Walker almost goes across the half-court line. He's going to steal the ball. Altamont going all the way with the right hand up. He's going to get fouled. It's a hard foul on that layup attempt for Ethan Hansen by Trey Walker. And now Hansen will go to the charity stripe. He's going to go ahead, have a chance to add a couple more points here with about 2 minutes left in the second quarter. That one's up and good. 33-21 is your score. On the Station on Main scoreboard, Altamont currently out front of the Rich Rebels by 12. Free throw opportunity, no good. Nate Woods rips it down off the glass, 12 points, and Riley Carrillo will go ahead, rise above with the right hand, and Brown is going to whack him right on the arm. So Carrillo is going to go ahead with a chance to match some of these free throw attempts by Altamont. Has a chance to get it down to 10 points. Riley. This one up and just a little bit too far. It's going to bounce off the back iron, off the backboard, and back to Carrillo. No good on the first attempt. Bear Lake Realty free throws coming up. Second one, that one's good. 50% for Carrillo and 1 for 2 at the line. Under 2 minutes left here in the game. 22-33. Altamont, long attempt, no good, and a putback here underneath off of the offensive rebound by Dyson Taylor. 25-22. Cornea trying to slow it down just a little bit. Kicks it out to Nate Woods on the left and then Carrillo. Cornea, right-hand dribble back out to Carrillo for 3 on the left side. That one too far. Nate Woods will get pegged with a foul on the arm, just kind of reaching in again. And we're going to get a 1-and-1 opportunity as 9 team fouls right now for the Rebels. This one's going to put Phillips to the line. Phillips puts that one up off of, rattles off the back and finds its home. 36-22 for the Longhorns currently here in the first half. 1:25 left before the end. Here's the second shot. That one almost the same as the first, right off the back of the iron and rattles home. 1:20 back in this game. Nate Woods pushing it hard across the timeline. Gets out to the right for Cornea. Cornea directing traffic right at the top of the arc. Crossover back to Nate Woods on the left wing. In, thought about to Perry. And a little bit of pressure from Altamont and a driving floater from Hunter Pace. No good. Ripped down by Altamont. Jerem, 2 with the ball. High above near the half-court line out to the right, and no one's there on Phillips. Phillips inside out back here for Hansen. Hansen drives into the lane. He's going to get wrapped up. And a foul. This time now double bonus coming up for the Rebels. Or for Altamont, excuse me. Altamont now with the opportunity for double bonus. Ethan Hansen, the junior, starter point guard for Altamont, has been very, very solid from the free throw line as he puts that first one home, 38-22. Second attempt there for Hansen. That one's going to roll off the front. And they're going to nab Brown with the push here. So just to get a little bit, I don't want to say chippy, but very physical. Each team pushing back and forth, and now 1-and-1 opportunity for the Rebels as Noah Perry will go to the line. Free throws, something that the Rebels want to improve on as Noah Perry leaves that one long. Brown able to rip down the defensive rebound, pushing it to out in front of everybody, and a fast break points. Now 40 for Altamont. 30 seconds left before halftime. Cornea, right-hand dribble, handoff to Pace on the right side wing. Pace looking inside, back up to the top for Nate Woods. Around the horn, Cornea gets into the brick wall. 2-3 defense implemented here. Riley with the turnaround hook shot on the right side block that will find its mark. Riley leading scores right now for the Rebels. Cornea able to get good defense as the ball goes rolling back into the half court. A heave from Ethan Hansen in desperation. No good. Will find nothing but air in your halftime score, 24-40. Goodness, that was breakneck speed as we're going to get ready here for the third quarter coming up in about 10 minutes. We're going to visit with Nate Woods. We'll touch up a little bit as to what this team can do to get back in this game. It was a very, very fast second quarter, and I mean people were going all over the place, diving out on the floor, shooting the first shot that they got, and then they've been open looks for a lot of teams. Altamont getting great looks, and the Rebels trying to play catch-up a little bit here. We'll go ahead, take a quick break, come back, visit with Nate Woods, and we'll touch up a little bit as the statistics and what the Rebels can do to get back in this one as second half, 10 minutes away on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Proudly serving the people of Randolph and Hiram, Utah since 1997. Dr. Sean Grohl with Comprehensive Family Dental offers dentistry for patients of all ages. Great care, positive environment, and fair prices. Call for an appointment today.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
Rich Rebel fans, I'm joined here with senior Nate Woods, Deadeye from Beyond the Art. Nate, it's good to have you back here as basketball is abundant and we're out here in Altamont. What's it like just traveling this far to get out to Altamont? Is it not a lot of other schools get to do this, Nate? And what's it like just being on the bus for so long?
Well, the actual driving part kind of sucks, but it's fun hanging out with your friends on the bus and just talking, doing stuff like that. So I actually am a fan of away games.
There you go.
And then we also got the girls here with us too. And it's just like traveling with your friends. It's fun.
Right. What's it like having a boys and girls game at the same time? Do you feel like there's more people coming out? Is there a difference than what you've noticed in the past before?
So I felt it all through high school, but just having the girls here, there's a bigger crowd. It's more cheering, and then we cheer for them. And then it just, louder crowd. I feel like it makes us play better, girls and boys.
That's awesome. Nate, we're out here in Altamont. We're getting ready. We're actually watching a bunch of basketball action in front of us right now. What's it like just kind of being a senior watching these, underclassmen? Are you here to support? What is your role right now while the game's going out above us?
Yeah, I just cheer them on. That's my main thing. And then I will coach the younger guys up on the sideline if I can. And, I just have a fun time watching my teammates play.
Yeah,
especially when they're playing well. It makes me feel really proud.
Well, Nate, we're hoping for a really good game here against Altamont. We had 2 losses against Colville at North Summit. We lost against North Summit, and then we had a really rough one against Manila. What was maybe the biggest emphasis this week in practice?
Well, we spent a lot of time on our offenses because that really struggled this past week. I think we kind of lost some of our mojo coming out of Christmas break, and I don't know what that is, but I feel like we've gotten it back this week. It's definitely going to be tough not having our main voice in Lex or Coach Cornea here, but I feel like as far as leadership goes, he's missed a couple practices, but the other seniors have really stepped up, and then Coach Weston and Coach Walker have both stepped up too. So I feel like we'll be fine in that area too.
Is Coach Weston and Coach Walker going to be the ones that are going to be, in during the timeouts? Are they going to be calling plays here tonight?
It'll be Coach Weston.
Coach Weston.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about your relationship with Coach Weston. Obviously, he's not the head basketball coach, but maybe what's something that he brings that has really got you guys focused in for Altamont today?
He has a very calming presence, I think. Like Lex is pretty fiery, and he has a calming presence too, but Cole is always kind of just really level-headed, and I think that really helps us when we need to hear that.
Yeah, I think absolutely that definitely helps. Nate, we've been watching all you guys, and I know that you probably have got somewhere to be pretty soon, but what has been some of your goals and some of your most favorite moments so far up until about the halfway point season here in basketball?
My favorite moment, without a doubt, was beating Wendover so far. That was a great, really fun game for everybody. We played well, we played together, and it was just a huge win going into that Christmas break. And then, what was the other question you asked me?
No, I asked you 2 questions. I mean, I don't even remember it, but Nate, what is your goal tonight as you come out to play Altamont? Your specific goal?
Well, for me personally,
yeah.
I've talked with the coaches about it too, but I want to score the ball better than I have been this season. And I think with our main scorers, Riley and Hunter, teams have kind of figured out that we run our offenses through them. So if the rest of us on the court can start being a threat, especially from beyond the arc, it'll open Hunter and Riley back up to put up points like they were at the beginning of this season.
All right, Nate, we're looking forward to that 50 burger that you're going to drop today against Altamont today. Any parting wisdom before we end our interview?
No, I got nothing.
Nate, that's not very often that you don't have nothing. That kind of surprises me. I mean, Nate, best of luck as you go out tonight, and we're looking for that dub against Altamont. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Good to catch up with Nathan Woods, senior on the team. He has a very large task ahead of him, as well as the rest of the Rich Rebels. We'll go ahead, take a quick timeout, come back with a little bit of some insight as to how Rich can come back into this and what they need to do to fix some of the stuff that we've seen in the first half. Thanks so much for joining us here on 98.3 as we get ready now for the third quarter to begin in 3 minutes. This is a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see how the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as we get ready for the start of the second half. One thing that we've seen in this first half was, Rich came out very strong, very confident. They were going, trading blows with Altamont. And as the game started to progress a little bit, Altamont started throwing some haymakers, and they started making a couple of them. And, not a huge panic moment that needed to happen, but it felt as though some of the Rich Rebel, the fan section, it felt like a little bit of, the team felt a little tense. And I feel like maybe throwing up a couple shots that didn't go in is just kind of increasing that anxiety just a little bit. A huge key, 2 things for the Rich Rebels to get back into this game. One, get those defensive rebounds, box out, get some defense going here. Don't leave those open threes for Altamont because they will knock them down. And 2, just relax. Relax. You can do this. you don't need to panic. You can come back into this as we get ready now for this halftime show. We're going to go back for this the live camera as we're having a few technical difficulties. It's a little bit weird. Here comes Altamont with a steal out in front, high off the backboard, no good as Pace will be in to grab it. Finally taken in by Cornea. Nate Woods now on the right side, dribbling inside the arc. Has to stop his dribble, kicks it back out to Cornea at the very top. Cornea, crossover back out here to the right side for Pace, feeding Carrillo. Carrillo boxing in, a little jumper too far, and a rebound now for Altamont. Good rebound by Taylor. Handing off to Hansen. Left side, back up to the top of the arc. Hansen driving in the lane for Phillips. Now on the right side, wing, Phillips, far corner. Triple threat, dribbling around the horn and into the paint he goes. Has to kick it back out here to Taylor. Hansen at the top of the arc, being fed by Taylor. Then to the left, Brown working against Carrillo on the wing. Good ball movement by the Altamont Longhorns, not settling for any type of bad shot as Hayden Weston reaches in on Phillips, and he's going to get nabbed for a reach-in foul. We're now dipping into the third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. Make your next vacation an epic one. As our halftime show brought to you by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink. I would kill for one of those burgers right now. Absolutely delicious. As the Crawford Trough, juicy burgers, thick shakes, and other delicious menu selections. Enjoy a meal at the Crawford Trough today when you get back to Randolph. Now Epic Recreation sponsoring this third quarter. Brown dribbling into the lane, rolling around the rim in the paint. Good elevation by Altamont. They're up now 42-24. Pace on the right side, looking in for Carrillo. He's going to feed Carrillo on the right side block. Carrillo drop step, and he's going to get it up and good around Brown. Trading those buckets with Brown, now 26-42. Carrillo leading for the Rich Rebels in terms of scoring. Taylor on the left side wing, back up to the top for Phillips beyond the arc. Phillips looking in for Brown, decides to eat it, goes out to the left for Jerem. Jerem handing off there to Taylor. Back up to the top for Hansen, point guard, working against Nate Woods. So we'll see what Altamont can do as they dribble into the lane. Nate Woods falling onto his back, looking to box out. Buckwheat with the wrap up. And that was really quick. That was incredibly quick. I didn't feel like that was a jump ball per se. I felt like Buckwheat got on that one pretty quick, but they're going to do jump ball and hand it back out to Altamont. Altamont now, Hansen getting the inbound and kicking out to the right side. Far corner, Phillips thinks about the three, guarded by Buckwheat. Around Buckwheat, and Buck will put his hands on Phillips, and he'll get called for a foul reaching in. Just not a strong suit for Buckwheat, as it's a little difficult from beyond the arc to be able to keep that feet quick enough, as Buck more comfortable inside, kind of using his body to box out, move people on the inside as a big down there. Altamont not settling for any bad shots right now, as Phillip at the very top of the arc, guarded by Buckwheat. Out to Brown on the left, guarded by Carrillo. Brown, no dribble, pass out to the left for Taylor. Altamont working around the horn, trying to find anything to get in there. They're slowing it down incredibly, as Taylor up and around, just around the horn on the right hand, no good. Carrillo dribbling out to the left for Nate Woods, who's going to pull that three too far out to the right, no good for Nate Woods. We have two 24s on the on the Longhorns roster. That's why I've been messed up just a little bit. Here comes the Longhorns. Good move up and underneath on the left block. That's Dyson Taylor. Nate Woods now getting up to the very top of the arc. 44-26 advantage Longhorns. Pace into Carrillo, who kicks it back out to Nate Woods. Left side drive for Cornea. Going to get blocked by Ethan Hansen. Hansen now with the ball spinning at the half-court line, avoiding Rich Rebel defenders. Now out to the right, far corner. Taylor back to Hansen and a travel. Good thought, but the shuffle of the feet, as we saw that call quite a few times in the girls' game, and this officiating crew is not going to let any of those go whatsoever. Trey Walker and Hoffman into the game to check in to relieve Buckwheat and Hunter Pace. Jaden Cornea, point guard for this Rich Rebel team, trying to facilitate, trying to get someone open as he jabs into the left, kicks it out to Carrillo on the left side wing. Carrillo looking inside as this Longhorn team not willing to give up anything so far. Nate Woods working his way up against Jerem 2. Left side Hoffman, right hand dribble back up to the top of the arc. Now on the right, Carrillo setting the screen for Corneo, dribbles baseline around the horn. Nate Woods into the lane. Hold will be called on Jerem 2 as he was grabbing Nate Woods on the drive from the far corner inside, trying to get into the paint. We're going to get a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbounds as Cornea will wait for the basketball from our officiating crew. Slaps the ball, looks for somebody. Kicks it high up in the air. Nate Woods able to get up way above the arc and careen that one in. Bounce pass out here to the right. Cornea looks inside, instead goes left for Hoffman outside the arc. Trey Walker looking around, gets to Carrillo, who sets his feet, and that one's just going to be a little bit too short. It rolls off the front of the rim and out. Rebound by Phillips. Taylor pushing it down the floor. Now Phillips with the ball, working up against Hoffman, driving into the lane. Drive, kick out for Jerem, and a timeout taken. An Independent Software Solutions timeout taken by Coach Anderson of Altamont. We'll take it as well. Come back to you in just a second. This is a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
This is Gary McKee. Inviting you to call Bear Lake Realty today, 435-946-8888. Find out how you can be part of this beautiful area here with sandy beaches and private access, or the quickest way to get access to the marina in the Bear Lake area. You can have your own second home or a quarter share into those second homes for starting at $250,000, or you can start your own Airbnb investment and use it as well. Just call us and we'll teach you how to do that at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as we get ready now for the live camera. We're about halfway through the third quarter, about 3 minutes left actually here in our Epic Recreation third quarter. Good time for us to talk to you a little bit about the Rich School District. Excellence is the name of the game for the Rich School District. Huge, massive, almost 100% graduation rate here in the Rich School District, and almost 95% of every graduate is getting out there and getting college credits up and going and getting accepted to university. Fantastic work by the Rich School District. Here comes Altamont now as the Rebels are going to try and force Altamont into a little bit more of a pressure situation. Now back into their normal defense. Taylor right-hand dribble working against Trey Walker. Trey digging deep, getting some good defense in there. Here's Brown working up against Carrillo at the very top of the arc. Hansen gets the screen from Brown, little pick and roll action, and Carrillo not able to complete the steal as that ball was up for grabs near the right elbow. Foul called on Noah Perry on the arm. 2:12 left here in our Epic Recreation third quarter. Inbounds coming up for Altamont. Kicking it out to the far corner. Feeding inside Brown on Carrillo. Up and underneath. Power move by Brown. Something that he has been a staple of this Altamont offense. And when they want some points, they're able to feed it into him. Very impressive as now Carrillo trying to work his way and answer up against Brown. Carrillo triple teamed, fadeaway jumper too far, and reeled in by Brown. Here's that pressure we talked a little bit about by Rich. It's going to be broken by Altamont. Here's Taylor back out to the top for Hansen. No one's on Hansen, and Hansen driving into the lane. He could have shot that three because there was a little bit of a miscommunication as to who had him. Noah Perry now on Hansen. Taylor, ball loose, poked away by Trey Walker. It's careened back by Taylor. Phillips now on the left side. Hoffman now to Brown at the very top of the arc. Shakes off Carrillo, and Brown goes into the lane, gets fouled. He'll go up, and it'll be 2 shots coming up. Two shots coming up for Brown. It's a foul on Trey Walker. Our score, 46-26. 20-point lead for Altamont, as not able to push it to 21. Brown has another opportunity. Walker's going to get subbed out here, and Hunter Pace is going to come in. Good to have Trey Walker. Brings a lot of energy. Just kind of time to chill a little bit on the bench as Brown leaves it long. Defensive rebound by Hoffman, able to reach up above, and everyone else able to bring it down, rip it off the boards. Cornea now with the ball at the very top near the half-court line, dribbles with his left hand, looks inside, kicks it out to the left for Pace. Pace not able to bring it inside. That's the goal for this offensive set, but Altamont not giving anything. Long three from Pace, nothing but error, and that's going to be a rebound here for Taylor. Altamont slowing down just a little bit. Hansen to Phillips. Phillips pump fake at the very top of the arc, guarded by Pace. Riley Carrillo and Brown, those two have been going at it the majority of the game. That now mostly won by Brown, as he's been physically having his way in the middle of the paint. Here is Hansen faking that three-pointer. Taylor now on the left side, guarded by Hoffman. Hansen one-on-one versus Pace, gets the screen from Brown, using that body, and then a kick out to the right. Here's two. No good. 46-26 at the end of 3. As Rich trying to find some sort of answers to get back in this game. We'll come back and see what this team can do, trying to find some confidence, as we are incredibly grateful for any of you that have joined in and are listening on 98.3 or on mylocalradio.com. We'll go ahead. 45 seconds to hear from our sponsors on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're here in the fourth quarter as we're having a few interesting technical difficulties. Apologies for that. We'll go back to our live camera here as we're now into the fourth quarter. Rich down 20 points, 26-46, and I think right now any type of bucket or stop for Rich would be insurmountable. It would definitely help, as Hoffman tried to put it inside to Perry, and he's going to get called for the travel because that passing lane just closed up incredibly quick. Here is Weston in for the Rich Rebels, as that pass break was broken, and Brown up with the attempt, and coming in, Sorensen will get pegged with another foul, as it was just on the defensive rebound. Sorensen not super happy about that, as he's just a little frustrated, not able to get into the rhythm that he's wanted to today. Earlier in the game, Sorensen able to put down quite a few mid-range jumpers, as Weston in the game for Rich, getting some valuable minutes here. Perry working up against Sorensen. Pace driving baseline is going to get blocked by Sorensen. Taylor out to Jerem, 2. Back to Taylor, now crossing the midcourt line. Sorensen back to Jerem for Altamont. Here comes Taylor around the horn, kicking out there to Sorensen now on the left side wing. Triple threat, has to pick up his dribble, bailed out there by Taylor. So the majority of the game here, Altamont working up against each of these teams as a steal really quickly from the Rich Rebels. Pass off for Riley Carrillo, pump fake, up he goes. He's going to go to the line. Very quickly, that transition as that ball kind of poked away by the Rebels, and now Riley Carrillo on that fast break opportunity. He's going to get fouled after he did the initial pump fake on the left block. Carrillo rolls around the rim, no good, out to the left. 6:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter today. Our sponsor bringing you Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, the most caring hospital on earth. Again, 50% for Carrillo as he goes 1 for 2 from the line. Phillips, pump fake, gets Weston up in the air. Back over to Taylor. Taylor working against the double team, and a quick foul here on the Longhorn side of the basketball court. Here comes a inbound coming up here. 5 fouls given by the Rich Rebels with 6:30 left here in the game. Taylor into Jerem. Jerem 2 working up against Weston. Dribble handoff. Taylor into the lane, into the paint. Has to kick it back out to Phillips at the very top of the arc. Phillips into the lane. He's going to lose his feet. And Noah Perry's going to end up with the defensive rebound. Ball goes up into the air. I think maybe perhaps Phillips thought that the foul was coming, so he left his feet a little bit. And now it's going to lead to Rich on offense. Weston working against Phillips. Riley Carrillo now against Brown. Noah Perry at the very top of the arc. Dribble handoff here to Weston. Trying to set up the offense here, out to Hoffman on the right side. Way out beyond the arc, going to get the pick and roll. Has to pick up his dribble out to Carrillo around the horn. Weston into underneath the arc. They missed Carrillo as he was literally jumping in the paint trying to get the attention of his point guard at the top. They just couldn't see him. Late pass will lead to a foul on Carrillo. So here comes a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbounds for the Rich Rebels. Cornea's coming in for Weston for the last 6 minutes of this game. And a timeout, full timeout. Let's go ahead, take a quick breather, come back to you on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, here to the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. The Rich Rebels looking at a 19-point deficit with about 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. They have an inbounds underneath the Altamont basket. Now is the time to get back into this game if you can. Quick shot from Riley Carrillo on the inbound. Too far, no good. Rebound by Taylor. Taylor now pushing it up the floor very quickly. Left-hand dribble, kicks it out to the left for Jerem 2. Jerem for 3, no good off the front of the rim. Ripped down by Cornea. Dribbling across the timeline now. Cornea looking for the dribble handoff, but Altamont denying everything at the moment. Nate Woods now at the very top. Out to the left, Cornea again getting the pass. Dribbling into the lane, floater off the backboard, good. That was a difficult shot. High level of difficulty for Jaden Cornea right there, but he finds it home. 29-46, and a missed layup there by Altamont. No good, and here comes the Rich Rebels. Right side, Nate Woods feeding into Perry. Perry, easy shot off the high, off the glass. That one's good with the right hand. 31-46. Here's that pressure broken by Altamont. Taylor working against Perry on the right side of the court. Goes back to the middle for Brown. Hansen back up to the top for Taylor. Dribbles with the left hand, trying to do that dribble handoff for Phillips. Phillips jabs far out beyond the arc, gets Cornea to bite a little bit. Now up to the very top here for Jerem 2. Hansen, Nate Woods, one-on-one beyond the arc. I think Altamont's just kind of trying to dribble out the clock here, and a blocking foul as Phillips runs into Noah Perry right on the right side block. Trying to avoid this bonus coming up. Rich not wanting to give up this next foul. They're now at 6 given. Trey Walker and Hayden Weston back into the game as they've pulled Carrillo and Perry. Hansen smacks the ball, looks up, and he's got Jerem 2. Now Brown into the game and wastes no time. Goes up with the right hand. And Brown is going to get called for the delay of game warning as he threw that ball way up near the padding on the left side of the gym. So 4:30 left in the game, 48-31. Brown using his physicality to kind of bully his way into the paint. Nate Woods almost gets tripped up here as Phillips kind of goes low, and Cornea pump fake, ripped down as he'll go to the line. Brown will get the call just on the arm. Hunter Pace and Ty Brown almost in unison going for that ball. Hunter Pace trying to squeeze in an extra rebounder there on the free throw attempt here. Here's Jaden Cornea, normally very automatic from the free throw line. This first one up and good. 32-48. .4:17 left here in our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Second attempt from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line off the front of the rim, rolls off to the right, no good. Rebound by Brown. Pushing Jerem 2. And a quick foul as soon as they cross the half court line. And that will put the Longhorns in the 1-and-1 bonus. To the line, Jerem 2, the senior. Also a very efficient free throw shooter for the Longhorns. Miss one and done, but this one up high off the iron, bounces twice and falls in. 49-32 for the Longhorns. Here with about 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Second opportunity. This time does not put the theatrics as much into it as it will find the bottom of the net. 50 points now for the Altamont Longhorns. They've put on a little bit of a clinic offensively right now. Pace with the open three. He'll put that one down, up and good. On the left wing, good for Pace, 35-50. 15 points now. Trying to avoid that next foul. Here's Taylor pushing after breaking the press, and now he'll pull it back out. Far to the left, crossover in front of Pace. Handed off to Brown, back up to the top for 2. Cornea high up on the arc, trying to guard Nate Woods as well. Brown, Weston. Here we go. Hayden Weston here to foul Brown as they get the call to foul. 1-and-1 opportunity coming up. Seems as though only half of the Rebels knew what to do, as the only one to know to foul was Hayden Weston. He was sprinting all around the court to try and get at Brown to send him to the line with about 3.5 minutes left here in the game. Brown to the line, 1-and-1 opportunity. Shot is up, and he's going to put that one down on the first one. 51-35. He gets another opportunity with the 1-and-1 bonus. .324. Brown with the second attempt goes through his progression. This time a little bit too far. Offensive rebound by the Altamont Longhorns. Brown ripping it away from Taylor as, again, bodies flying everywhere as Trey Walker dove at the feet of Brown, told him that, hey, my bad, I didn't mean to take your knees out there, as he's just trying to fight for the ball, trying to get possession, and a foul and a timeout. We'll go ahead, take that foul and timeout. Come back to you in just a moment here on 98.3 on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, here to the concluding minutes of the second half, the end of the game here between the Rich Rebels and the Altamont Longhorns. Rich down by 16, and Trey Walker is going to hound Taylor enough to have him dribble it off his own person, and it will go careening out of bounds. So good win share there by Trey Walker. Trey now with the Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound here on the right side corner. They're going to wrap it around the horn up to the top cornea, looking to find Trey Walker. Trey will bounce off his hands. Brown trying to also reel it in. It will go out of bounds. 3 minutes left here in this game. Trey kicking it out here to the right corner for Hunter Pace. Cornea now. Trey going into the lane, going very hard, as it was incredibly difficult to split the triple team there. Trey being incredibly aggressive, trying to get some points going as Taylor kicks it out to Sorensen, breaking the press here. Brown on the right side, far corner, ball up in the air. Nate Woods kicking it to Cornea. Cornea, 3-on-2 opportunity, fast break, high off the glass, no good. Rebound Sorensen. Sorensen, outlet here to Hansen, who's gone back into their half-court offense. They're on the Rich Rebel side of the court now. Sorensen high above the arc, kicking it out to the left. Pass to the left. Here's left-hand dribble for Taylor. Nate Woods will draw the offensive foul as he stood his ground. Dyson Taylor driving into the lane, caught enough of Nate Woods to elicit the offensive foul. Inbound coming in underneath their own basket. Cornea getting it from Nate Woods, strolling across the timeline. Kicking out to the right for Pace, back up to the top for Cornea. Chest pass here to the right wing for Hayden Weston. Trey Walker will draw the foul off of Brown as he hops, skips into the lane, goes up with the right hand. I think that's Brown's 5th of the game. Brown. Very physical play from Brown tonight. He's going to end with quite a few points and 9 rebounds. Shot from Walker will roll off the front of the rim and fall. Good. (36-51). Second one, also good for Walker. Hansen going back to Taylor, back to Hansen. Nate Woods with the interception right at midcourt. He'll drive into the lane, kick it back to Pace. Pace for three. He'll put that one home. 1:45 left in the game. 40 points, now down to an 11-point lead for Altamont. And Nate Woods is going to foul Taylor, and he'll send him to the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. Nate Woods and the Rebels hoping that Altamont will miss their free throws so they can claw their way back into this game with about a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. Shot attempt up, and it's a brick from Taylor. Rebound, Rich, down 11 points with a minute 30 left. Pace driving with the right hand, back out to Walker. Here's for three. That one's good. So now down to 8 points. Sorensen will get fouled by Trey Walker. Trey knows that that's 5. Trey, did his job, brought some energy, and that will bring Riley Carrillo in. 8 points now in this game. Separates these two teams. What felt like an insurmountable lead for Altamont now being dwindled down just a little bit in the waning minutes, depending on if Sorensen can knock down these free throws. Sorensen through his routine, up and brick, no good. Now they're in the double bonus, so he gets 2 chances at this opportunity. Sorensen, like a statue, puts the ball right in front of his face, up, and that one's good. 50% for Sorensen, and now 52-43. Cornea into the lane. He's going to lose his handles on the ball, and that will be up, and that will be an foul on Altamont. I was a little mistaken on what the call was. 23, that's on Sorensen. Cornea with a chance for 2 here. .112 left in this game. 9 points. A 9-point lead for Altamont. Rich has clawed back into this game. Sorensen will go ahead and be checked out here. And now, for the first time the entirety of the game, we're going to go ahead and have a nameless player not on our roster out onto the floor for the Longhorns. Cornea, no good, as that will roll off the front of the rim. Riley Carrillo will foul Phillips, and then they're going to go ahead and trade free throws. So back onto the other side of the court they will go. Slow walk as Phillips will stroll to the line. All he needs to do is knock down some free throws. He can ice this game by going to double digits here. Phillips, process and progression, puts up the first shot, and that will go off the right of the rim, no good, into the arms of Hayden Weston. Still 9 points, 52-43. Advantage for the Longhorns. Second shot for Phillips. That one's good. So 50% on the last 2 attempts has now led to a 10-point lead. Hoffman in the game, out on the left wing, hands it off to Pace. Pace drives, crossover, loses the ball. Ball up for grabs right at the free throw at the half-court line. Cornea takes the shot for 3, and that one's good. Now 7 points and a quick foul by the Rebels. That will send, again, Altamont to the line for the double bonus. Drake Weston checking in, relieving Cornea. .48 seconds left in this game. To the line, Taylor. Knocks down the first one. 54-46, 8 points of a difference. Second shot, good. Taylor, automatic from the line, now 9 points. Drake Weston dribbles, leading the charge across the timeline to the double dribble as Weston kind of hesitated, went to grab the ball. Whether he did or not, it looked definitely like he did, so it's a double dribble, a turnover for the Rebels here. And another foul. This time, Jerem 2, the senior, to the line. One of only 2 seniors on the entire team. Him and Ty Brown. .41 ticks of the clock. 9-point lead for Altamont. First attempt, brick, no good for 2. Second opportunity. This time he knocks it home. That seemed to be a reoccurring trend, 50% here. Here comes the Rebels. Down 10. Pace getting a screen from Weston. A long 3 from Hunter off the front of the rim, no good. Up for Carrillo. This time rolling off the rim, no good. Defensive rebound by Altamont, and that will send Altamont to the line. Perhaps for the final time if he's able to make both of these free throw attempts. So what was a very, very hard-fought game, and a game that Rich fought hard to get back into. They got within 7 in the final minute, and barring some type of, act from the basketball gods, although the first miss by Ethan Hansen on the first free throw attempt, so still a 10-point game. Second one. That one's good. 50%. That's what they do. Hunter Pace dribbling across half-court line, getting the inbounds, and another screen from Hayden Weston. Long 3 from Pace. Grazes the front of the rim. No good. Phillips fouled by Rich. So another long trudge walk to the other side of the court. This time Phillips with the chance. First one up and good for Phillips. 58-46. 12-point lead with 13 seconds left in the game. Two for Phillips. 59-46. Weston quickly across the timeline. He's looking for some type of bucket. 5 seconds left in the game. Bouncing off of Phillips. Out of bounds. Good hustle by the Rich Rebels, specifically Hayden Weston. And a miss. Grazing the rim on the three-point attempt. Final score, 59-46. We'll go ahead, gather some notes here, come back to you for our post-game show. Thanks for joining us here as we get done on the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel boys basketball. Boys will fall 46-59 here in Altamont. And we'll come back to you immediately after these few messages.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, here to the post-game show. As some of our our graphics have not worked terribly well today. We've had a little bit of technical difficulties for some reason. Not 100% sure why. Either way, our final score today, the Altamont Longhorns taking this one 59-46 over top of the Rich Rebels. Trading blow for blow at the very beginning of this game. The Rich Rebels wanted to come out and start strong. That they did, but then they started to fall a little bit behind come the second quarter. Let's dip into our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. That's gourmet sandwiches made fresh and fast every day. 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meet. The first quarter, again, blow for blow. Rich was able to keep ahead and trying to keep it close with Altamont, and then in the second quarter, Altamont starting to pull away. Huge three-pointers made by Altamont, more specifically by Dyson Taylor and Ethan Hansen. Those two able to gather a little bit of a lead before halftime, and then in the second half, just trying to play keep away. The Longhorns able to do that specifically to the Rebels, as Ty Brown, the senior, able to muscle his way in for quite a few substantial just momentum stoppers. He was able to muscle his way in, put up some baby hooks there in the paint for our Plains Tire points in the paint, and that's what kept Altamont in the lead. Rich did not falter, did not quit, though. They ended up getting in with 7. They got within 7 within the last minute of play, but Altamont able to make their free throws, able to play a little bit of defense to prohibit the Rich from getting any closer. That was our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Our player of the game today is going to go to head to Hunter Pace. Hunter provided quite the catalyst in terms of scoring opportunities in the beginning of the half, and then towards the end of the game, coming back into it, clawing his way, getting some three-pointers up and going. This Rich Rebel team has a lot of heart. They have a lot to offer, and right now they just seem a little bit lost, and they'll find their way as they'll drop this one to Altamont here in Altamont. We'll come back to you tomorrow as both the boys and the girls program will play Cokeville in the afternoon. That will be a 2:30 game for the girls and a 4 o'clock game for the boys out in Cokeville, Wyoming. We've been traveling around having a grand old time. Thank you so much for joining us here on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com. Thank you so much to Dr. McKay Frankham in Evanston, the Precision Family Dentistry doctor at affordable prices. Dr. McKay Frankham allows us to have this post-game show, does a fantastic job, and gives us our play of the game. Our play of the game will go to Hunter Pace's huge three-pointers here in the first quarter to keep us blow for Altamont. Not able to withstand that, but great trendsetter and something that was needing to happen. Let's go ahead, take a quick ad break, and we'll come up and wrap up immediately after this on the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
Wyoming is unique.
Welcome back here to the Roundup calendar as we end this post-game show. Catch us out tomorrow in Cokeville as both the boys and the girls program will play the Cokeville Panthers in a cross-border matchup between Wyoming and Utah. We end our broadcast today with a final score of 59-43 here, our live camera dipping in. Our final score, excuse me, I just wanted to make double sure that we got that as our final score today, 59-46. is the final score. Altamont outscoring Rich and putting together a fantastic physical game as both of these teams fought against each other. Thank you so much. Cody Olson signing off here. Catch us tomorrow as we play Cokeville. And as always, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com.